Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi. As you can see, I was doing my once a day summon, and I love Cammy. And Cammy loves me too. Hoo. How am I feeling for this week? This is my finals week. I got lucky. My classes are willing to let us end early. Most people, or at least people here, have finals week next week, but no. It's this week for me. Speaking of which, I have a test tomorrow. Yay! But I'm gonna just get it over with. I'm not too worried, but that's kind of a bad thing because if I'm not super worried, that means I might get cocky. But I'm not gonna rush. I'm gonna be good. Yeah, I'm gonna be super duper good. Hopefully, I get a nice score. I'm confident enough to, but I just gotta make sure it's not gonna become overconfidence. Hi. I am excited for the Christmas event. Yay for Lotto. Ooh, I see gold. Archer? Hey, adelante. Nice. Wow, today's a lucky day. It's so very lucky. Did those, and now I can go back to Avalon. It was fun listening to Habbycat's history lessons, but the main fun thing was visiting Barguest. Oh, her. She was so sweet. Her food was the greatest. What a nice visit. Great hospitality. And now it's time to go here. Albion. NP2 Kama can do some serious damage. Ooh, nice. I will NP2 her later. So that's what we talked about last night. Thanks, Misaki. And I'm sorry again about falling asleep last night, Habbycat. It's okay, I'm not mad anymore. Besides, I did say it'd make for a decent lullaby. It sure did. I slept great. I haven't dreamt so peacefully in a long time. So just how amazing was this Albion thing anyway? In proper human history's archaeological circles, Albion is thought to be the name of Britain's prehistoric civilization. In the Magecraft world, it's also known as the Dragon of the Age of Gods, and the last pure-blooded dragon. True. That could be one of the reasons, because I do like Sakura. But at the same time, it's kind of funny how, like, the Rin faces actually kind of like me. So, to put how amazing that is in more concrete terms, Well, servants, that is, heroic spirits, could be said to be super beings that are way beyond humanity, both physically and spiritually. Not all servants are equal. They're ranked based on the scale of their spirit origin. The heroic spirits at the very bottom of the tier, the ones that even other heroic spirits would consider astonishingly powerful, are known as grand servants. By that token, Albion would probably be considered a grand dragon by other dragons. I mean, if it was around when Earth was formed, that alone would mean it possessed 4.6 billion years worth of genetic information. It's not a god that was modeled on human perception or one discovered through faith. It's a primordial supernatural being. Oh dang, that's intense. That said, humanity's no slouch either. In just a few 100,000 years, we took the accumulation of all 4.6 billion years worth of life on this Earth and deciphered it, acquired it for ourselves, and are actively trying to develop it even further. So while a single human might not compare to something as amazing as Albion as a race, there's nothing out there that surpasses humanity. We are the most advanced life form on Earth, you know. Well said. We might be enemies, but just now, I'm real glad we're on the same side. Thanks. You might be your enemy, but I love how you give credit where it's due. Of all the ways for two people to become friends. And yet, they still think of themselves as enemies. Weird. That's what best frenemies are for.
Oh, it's the ghosty. I know, right? Since ancient times, boys have and always will be boys, huh? I love this. Hey, it's another fight. That is one of the best segues to a fight. I love it. I'm glad they're doing that. Like, that just makes it fun. Who am I fighting? Mirror, who's behind. Okay, there's no fear. Yeah, no fear at all, especially since I gave Arjuna this thing, so he gets sure hit no matter what. Hehehe. He be prepared. You can't evade. Joke's on you. Yeah, no fear. So I can just use him. Good thing I kept that craft essence on him. I like that craft essence now. Through all the evading, it haunts me. But now happiness, we try to evade this. Please don't evade this. Dear. Yeah, it worked. Great job, my boy. Please do the thing. Yes, it worked. That was fun. Oh, that's a nice spirit. That's actually really cute. It just wanted to fight, give me some experience and bond points and money. I like that spirit. Wow. Okay, that's enough of that. You're the fairy who's been following us since yesterday, aren't you? That's me. Hi there. I'm Mirror the Night Call. I've been watching you guys since I picked up your lovely auras. Wow, thank you, Mirror. I still think it's hilarious whenever night calls are mentioned because I'm just thinking of how everyone thinks Pep is a night call. By the way, unlike the original, my gender isn't exactly a secret, okay? A night call? So you're the spirit who didn't disappear after dying? But that's weird. I don't sense any hostility or malice or anything from you. Nope. I don't have any regrets or grudges. I'm just too strong to disappear, that's all. I've been stuck like this for years on end now. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure what to do about it either. Gotcha. Sounds like a real problem. Would it help if we left some food on your grave or something? You want to leave food on my grave? Even though there's nothing there? That's so funny. But thanks. You guys are really nice fairies. Man, you sure are a cheerful night call, aren't you? Guess you didn't die because you lost your purpose then. How'd you bite it? Was it sudden? Did you have an unlucky accident or something? Dang, Habbycat. It was more of an incident than an accident. We were all massacred by the fire and wind 6 years ago, just like Ainsel predicted. Ainsel died then too. Now there's no one from the Mirror clan left. At least, I'm pretty sure there isn't. Or was there? That's odd. Oh well, everyone forgets things sometimes. Anyway, you guys look like you're a lot of fun, so I have a little request. I'm hoping you can help me with it. See, a few days ago, a weird fairy showed up and started living in a really important place we used to protect. Do you think you might be able to chase her off for me? Well, we're usually willing to help fairies, I mean, night calls in need. We kind of have somewhere we need to be ourselves. But, just out of curiosity, what does this weird fairy look like? Well, she's wearing a fancy upper-class fairy dress, and she even wears fancy glasses. And she has a whole bunch of subordinates and a pink tail. Oh. Koyan Chihuahua. Hang on, that sounds like Koyanskaya. I'ma see the dragon bones. Time to hunt her down. I'm willing and ready.
dear. Koyan Sky's that servant we saw with Miriam, right? Oberon seemed to think that she was dangerous, but does that mean she's a problem Chaldea has to deal with too? Oh yeah, definitely. A big problem. Especially... Or if she ever offers you a gift, like lipstick, I don't think you should keep it. Honestly, I'm still not entirely sure about that. That aspect of her is still kind of up in the air. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure at this point. She just does whatever she wants. I just want to keep the dragon bones, or at least stare at them. There's no doubt that she's fundamentally incompatible with humanity as a whole, but we've also never faced her directly just yet. She did try to kill us during the attack on Chaldea base, but that was probably just her following the foreign god's orders. She's also made a habit of toying with the local populace in each Lost Belt, but I think that's just her way of enacting retribution. Da Vinci, don't forget the cake, the poisonous cake. She basically took the existing systems of exploitation in a given world, like the relationship between the ruling class and the lower class, and exaggerated them. She may hate humanity, but she's never tried to obliterate it. That said, she's been making a point of collecting creatures from each Lost Belt, which never existed in proper human history. Also, that she is the immature form of a beast, an evil bent on destroying humanity, would put her pretty firmly in the evil camp. If Koyan Sky were just acting as Miriam's bodyguard, that's between them. We'd have no business interfering. But if she's adding to her collection here too, then we can't just sit back and do nothing. It's really only a matter of time until she turns those creatures against us. Stopping her now is just a kind of self-defense, so we don't have to fight them off later. I see. I think I understand why she's so dangerous now. In which case, she must be after... Mirror, are we headed to the bog where the dragon's remains are now? We sure are. That weird fairy came trundling up to the pitch-black pool one day with an umbrella in tow, even though no one besides us should know about it. Then she kicked out the Moors, and the last I saw, she was doing something nasty to the dragon's corpse. The dragon's corpse? She's after Albion. Damn it. Has she no shame at all? That thing's gotta be like a national treasure. No tourist like her has a right to take it. Yeah, you're right, Gramps. I wasn't planning on doing anything with the bones either. Come on, let's hurry. Not to mention how badly it reflects on proper human history. Come on, let's hurry. Doo-doo-doo. Moors! Moors! There's a whole bunch of Moors here! Run for it, everyone! Forget about the dragon's corpse! Don't throw your lives away! Don't worry, we'll be fine. Luckily, there aren't many pure fairies here, so we can handle a bunch of Moors. Oh, but make sure you stand back, Habitrot. We don't want to risk a worst-case scenario. Don't be daft, you idiot! This is no time to be worrying about me. Their poison is super deadly. Make sure your healers are ready to go, Misaki. If I have to, I'll go fight these things myself. Please no. Habbycat, no. Don't do it. Okay, cool. I guess it's this way. Boop. Yeah, that's fine. It shouldn't be that bad. For the bonds. And because Kama was nice to me, I love Cammy. Cute. I love Cammy. But for the bonds. Thank you, Kama. Almost there. I love staring at these craft essences. I got another new one. Or new to me anyways. Oops, I scrolled way past it. I was distracted by the beautiful art, as one does. Right there. Sorry, Da Vinci-chan. And away I go. Let's do the thing.
How bad can these Moors be? Okay, I understand. I see why mirrors said to run. They big. Okay. Good to know. Let's just do that. Thank you, Gramps. Da Vinci-chan, what you do again? Thank you, Da Vinci-chan. I'll just use those two for now. Actually, no, I kind of want to... Nah, I'm gonna resist. Actually, wait a second, I'm gonna steer a tiny bit. Nah, I won't resist. Whee! Might as well. For you, Gramps. Why not believe in the power of Gramps? You were arts, right? Yes, you are arts, Gramps. Here you go, Gramps. For the love of Gramps. Gramps, Gramps, Gramps. And away we go. Yeah, the Christmas event's gonna be short. It's like 9 days. Oh man, lots and lots of farming. Or at least a decent amount of farming. But yay, that's a good thing. That it's hopefully be easy. I want my Santa. Great job, Gramps. Look at you. The ultimate warrior. Uh-oh, even more poison? Ouch. What are those skulls? I don't like those skulls. Oh, it's not bad. That ain't scary. No fear. Yeah, no fear, no fear. What is fear? Fear don't exist here. Fear. Great job, Gramps. I am proud of you. Now, Da Vinci-chan, finish him. Please, Da Vinci. After that, now Da Vinci can do the thing. And she's healthy. But just for funsies, let's do that. So, Da Vinci, go. Wee. Great job! Oh, look at all this poison. Oh, look at that passive damage. Oh, that is intense. Damage on turn is scary. We did it though, we lived. That's a lot of Moors. Crap, 3 was bad enough. Now there's even more. Something's not right here. Moors wouldn't gather on their own like this. It's gotta be a trap Queen Sky set. She must really not want anyone getting past here. You mean she's already got Moors under her thumb? This Koyan Sky lady must be even more trouble than I thought. In fact, now that I think about it, I can't believe you knew that what she was like and still greeted her in Gloucester like it was no big deal, Misaki. I can't really argue with that. Well, she is in my Chaldea. Honestly, I don't know what I was thinking either, but yeah, I can't really argue with that.
What else could she have done back then? Miriam was there too, you know. Now quit griping and get back to fighting. If we can't end this, I'm gonna end up using my noble phantasm until I'm drained dry. Keep those enhancements coming, Artoria. I'll pull off 3 Sumukati in a row, if that's what it takes, even if I have to burn my own spirit origin for fuel.
Oh, 3 in a row. Well, he did 2 here. Yeah, he did 2. Huh? Does it mean servant spirit origins are flammable?
Can't speak for everyone's, but mine is. Look, don't worry about it. Like I said, just keep on coming. When you've been standing at the forge as long as I have, losing an iron leg stops seeming like such a big deal.
All right, Gramps. Hi, Tamlin Lancelot. What you doing here, girl? Tamlin Lancelot, what are you doing here? Never mind that. I'm going to clear out these moors. Stand back, child of prophecy. You're only getting in my way. No way. That's a child of prophecy? Now that I'm a night call, I couldn't tell it was her. But now that I'm getting a better look at her, I can sense it too. Yay! She's finally made it back to the entrance to paradise. This is great. What a relief. Now all of our purposes have finally been fulfilled. Well, hello? Yes, I showed Habbycat some love by not falling asleep during her story. Hello, Britain's Bill of Ending. So you're the one with the highest of callings, the second Avalon Le Fay. Alrighty, Mirror. More fighting Moors. More. Moors. Wow, she got rid of all of them. I see none of you were hurt or killed. Not that it is any of my concern. I can't believe she just took out all those Moors by herself. How in the world can she rapid fire her noble phantasm like that? Hello? Yeah, how did she do the thing? Uh-oh, I didn't read that warning. I'm just like, warning. They can't stop me. You didn't come here to save us, did you? No, I suppose I could have just left you to your own devices. But this place is special to me, so I didn't want Moors ruining it, that's all. So you're not going to fight the Child of Prophecy? Yes, I will. But not now. We all know there's going to be a war eventually. When there is, we Tamlin will lead the charge against the Child of Prophecy and the Foreign Mage. There's no need to rush things. When the time comes, I will make your death so excruciating that your souls will flee from your bodies, from the pain alone. So cruel and sadistic. You're pretty ugly on the inside for a fairy, said to be the most beautiful in Britain, aren't you? Me? The most beautiful? That's very kind of you to say, but no. I'm not the most beautiful fairy in Britain. Well, maybe if you value function over form, but true beauty has nothing to do with compatibility. Why am I bothering to talk about this? Ugh. I really need to learn what is and isn't appropriate for fairies one of these days. Anyway, I take it you're all here to ring the bell of pilgrimage? If you are, then I just turn around and leave if I were you. There's nothing like that here anymore. Anything that used to be here has long been since burnt to... Ah! Huh? Yikes, you scared me. Did you see a ghost or something? Yes, I'm looking at one. Have you guys really not noticed it until just now? That's a night call. And if it's here, it must be from the Mirror Clan. I see, so that's what was calling to me. Huh? No, you got it all wrong. We don't begrudge anyone anything. We already did everything we had to do. We have nothing left to tell you. More importantly, are you sure you don't want to hurry into the bog? Otherwise, you might just be too late to stop that outsider from taking your homeland for herself. Oh.
Come on, Lancelot or no Lancelot, we can't let Queen Sky get away with this, right?
Keep out. I love how she put up those signs or that tape. I get to see the dragon bones. Yay! Judging from its bones, that creature must have been enormous. That NFF keep out tape looks so out of place here. I love it. What are these hideous bindings doing here? How dare you wade into our lake with your dirty feet? Uh-oh, more Moors. Dirty feet? Of all the nerve! I'll have you know I'm very fond of this dress Lady Miriam gave me. So I've been toiling away at this excavation from the air, as you can see. Unfortunately, these Moors I just acquired have been unable to either transport or destroy it. So I was nearly on the verge of writing the whole thing off as a loss. But luckily, even though these bones are worthless junk to me now, it seems mistreating them a little was the right choice. Now I'll get my hands on the Tamlin I've been waiting and hoping for. This aura. You must be an immature beast. Hold it right there, Queen Skya. You know about beasts, Lancelot? Of course I do. Why do you know about them? Oh, I see. Proper human history must be having a tougher time than I thought. Those bones must be what's left of Albion's corpse. Whatever Queen Sky wants with them, we can't let her get it. Come on, Misaki. We need to help Lancelot. I don't know what Queen Sky is after, but whatever it is, it can't be good. This time, we're gonna cut off her tail and send her packing. What was that? How dreadfully crude. Not all of us world-class beauties ruin nations, you know. Why, if anything, I'm doing humanity a favor. I'd say what I'm doing here is philanthropy. But I suppose trying to get you all to see reason is a fool's errand, since you can't even see what a blight this thing actually is. Ugh. All the hard work I put in to acquire this fine specimen of a weapon, and you've ruined all of it. You know, I think this may be a fine occasion to finally get rid of you all. No, please. Please don't. Stand back, everyone. Something huge is coming out of the bog. Is that a dragon? Could it be Albion itself? No. What are you, blind? It's just another Moors. You're all brown and no brains, aren't you? You'll never be a match for Morgan like that.
Hey, you can't blame Artoria for being confused. These magical energy levels are insane. They're as high as a calamity in Norwich, if not higher.
You're right. I didn't want to believe it, but this water is all made up of the same stuff as Moors. It's literally dripping with animosity towards fairies. We're basically surrounded by Moors now. There's no escape.
That's right. This is where Albion's dead flesh rotted away, becoming the most foul substance in all of Britain. And that's not all. This is also where the northern fairies were massacred in the War of Spring. For 8,000 years, their hatred has festered away in this natural cauldron. Albion itself may be no more than a pile of bones now. But it's no trouble to collect all the magical elements that were left here and make them into what they used to be.
What are you saying? Are you planning to steal Albion's corpse since it perished all alone in a sea of nothingness?
Of course not. My clients wouldn't be interested in acquiring a zombie. No, this is strictly a one-time deal. I'll return it to its old, decayed flesh once all of Chaldea's dead. Besides, you're the thing I'm really after. Haven't I already mentioned that? You see, Lord Beryl gave me a juicy, super secret bit of info. You're a living Albion, so I'm gonna take you away from here and keep you all to myself.
Huh? Lancelot is Albion? But if Lancelot is Albion, why does she still look like a fairy? Huh? Lancelot is Albion? Descendant?
Now, as much as I hate to cut short a chat about my fabulous products, I'm afraid I must. Good day, Chaldeans.
Thank you so much for your patronage these last several months. Now allow me to escort you down the depths of hell, where you can wait for Britain's destruction. Can you not? This is way worse than it was in Norwich. It's suicide to fight a Moors of this scale without Mash's protection. We've got to find a way to retreat back to those ruins. The hell it is! Don't be fooled. This thing's all bark and no bite. Sure, this fox curse is powerful, but it's not a real calamity. That weird lady up there is just giving it a temporary form. You guys can take this thing easily. Now come on and kick its butt, Misaki. This is no time to be hanging out here. Mash is waiting for you to come after her and orc me. Really, Habbycat? Well, in that case, bring it on! Damn, just when I thought I'd broken their spirits. If only that odd little fairy hadn't stuck her nose in. Fine, I'll help you all here. Just this once, I'm going to disable the name and gift Her Majesty bestowed on me. Because if that really is Albion's animated flesh, then I'm the only one who can burn it away. Hear me! I am not the knight known as Lancelot. My true name is Melusine of the Dark Bog. I am the descendant of Albion, given my name by the most beautiful being alive. I wanna see Albion now. Descendant, super beautiful descendant, huh? That'd be fun. Yeah, that's super fun. Oh, that's kind of nice. What does Summer Kiata even do again? I haven't used her in like a million years. Time be passing by different. Let me stare at my lady real quick. Yeah, keeping her alive at all times is always nice. But at the same time, there's my beautiful baby, and heck, there's even my bestie, Jinako, who's also pretty fun. But I'm kind of leaning towards the Beebs. But nah, I'm gonna use Merlin. In the end, I'm gonna be extra safe and go for my boy. Because if anything, they'll go after Merlin because Merlin. Everyone loves to bully my boy Merlin. As one does when you're Merlin. Merlin. Yes, I got another comma today, so yeah, there's 2 commas. I gotta fuse comma into comma later on. And don't mind me, I'm just scrolling around to a thing. Was this the one I just got? Yeah, this is the thing I got, which I thought was nice. Distant Pilgrimage. I like that gain, or like NP gain by 10% and NP strength by 10%. I like that thing. 40% is fine in that case. There's 2 enemies. Oh, it's not too bad. I'm gonna assume she's gonna hit hard at least. Yeah, she should be fine. If not, Arjuna will do the thing if one of them goes down. Kind of, sort of, yes indeed. What's so bad about NP strength on a support type? Merlin's gonna be flexing extra hard while using his Garden of or actually no, yeah. While using his wonderful garden. That 10% gain though. This be fine. She'll live. I will never resist using my craft essences that have like partial NP
gauge full and oh,
瞬きの間に終わらせる
that's what it looks like. Okay, Pool of Calamity, legit. Okay, you got some of that. That's fun. I gotta use. That is interesting. Her AoE Nova Phantasm attack, though. If I use that, that would activate? Actually, no, it's removed. Removed. Okay. I see, I see. What you do, girl? Okay. That'll be interesting. I might as well. Afterwards, anyways. Yeah. Third Ascension for the AoE because I want to get rid of them. I do want to get rid of that guts, so I might as well. There ain't no fear here. Wow, it's a 100% Nova Phantasm charge for a third skill. I like that. I won't resist. Yep, I'm not gonna resist. That's good. I like that. She's gonna hit extra hard now. Oh, that is beautiful. Wow. Oh, this is lovely. Might as well use everyone's Double Phantasm because... Just because. Take this, ma'am. Take this too. Everything for you.
楽園の端にようこそ。
一番の心臓
星の宇宙に物見の楽園の端から君に聞かせよう。罪なき者のに通るがいい。ガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
I was supposed to wait?
それはいつか来る兆しの星
But what's so bad about it not hitting as hard?
あなたが星をかざせる
If I could just use AoE, 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 it'd be fine. Believe in the power of Buster.
境界を開く最後の竜 ジョフロワからフロモンへ時を示せ行けいたいと
I think that was a good amount of damage. Cause she got all them buffs. Yeah, that seemed pretty good to me. And I'm not worried at all. This is fine. Yeah, that makes sense. Hit with a single target for the damage and the AoE for the final blow. But at the same time... Wait a second, I should just give this to Merlin real quick because Merlin's kind of suffering here, as Merlin always does, because Merlin. I'm not used to MP refund anyways. I love Buster too much. Buster is faith. Buster's love, Buster's life. Ooh, hello. Oh, that was nice. Okay, that still works out.
ハッピーエンドの話をしよう。
Now do the thing.
望まれたように
そこは壁もなく城もなく、二層の始まりの空。
Merlin, heal yourself. You're kind of suffering, my dude.
ガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
それはいつか来る兆しの星誰に呼ばれるまでもなくあなたが星をかざすでしょうアラウンドスカイバーン
I know, right?
この名は
As much as I love Buster, I do bring along Castoria a lot.
最後の竜
Technically, I should be bringing more Merlin or Queen Chihuahua. But it's just so satisfying. They're surprisingly not targeting her a lot. Which is good, but at the same time, like, come on, I kind of want you to go after her. I know that sounds terrible, but those are just the bad thoughts, the intrusive thoughts that are slightly winning. Like that there kind of went after her in that case. I'll let them do a thing before I use Astoria's Noble Phantasm. Just because I bet they're gonna give me a ton of debuffs. Actually, no, I still can do it. I just realized the skill's back. Actually, no, never mind. My bad. I guess it doesn't really work when that happens. Never mind. Oh well. I kind of want to do that one. Yeah, I can do that one. This one's fine to use. Might as well get more stars. Stars are nice. There is taunt in this game depending who you bring. But I ain't bringing people at taunt most time. Oh yeah, look at all them curses. Oh yay, now I can do big damage. This works out perfectly. Take this, ma'am. And just for the funsies, everyone. Hoo hoo hoo. Yeah, this will be good. They're gonna be so healthy in the end. Yeah, I could have brought Jinako. I was thinking of bringing her, but then I decided, you know what's Merlin? Because everyone wants to hit Merlin, so I feel like he just has a passive taunt. At least my Merlin does. Because everyone wants to hit him. All good. See, look how healthy she is. I kept her the most healthy. She ended up being the healthiest person here. And Merlin gets them bonds. He even gets some bells. Amazing! Look, true name unlocked. Do the thing, no worries. I believed in Merlin. Always believe in Merlin, Merlin, Merlin. Merlin would never betray me. Beast. She got her! Yup, that's Lancelot's Arendite. She just destroyed Queen Sky's spirit core, no question. That's what you get, Queen Chihuahua. She's gone. What happened, Lance? I mean, Melusine? I thought you killed her. Lancelot. In this form, I am Tamlin Lancelot. I will tell you nothing unless you call me by that name. Not that there's anything I want to tell you in any case. Okay, Lancelot, we won't mention that other name again. But it looks like you're just as strong even without your gifted name. In fact, you might be weaker as Lancelot. So if you want to go by that name, you won't hear us complain. Exactly. Thank you for being so understanding. No problem. I'm flattered you think so. But anyway, what happened with Koinskaya? Should we assume she got away? Well, maybe. I should have gone for her head, not her heart.
That beast was still weak since she wasn't fully grown, but she had vitality to spare. If I had to guess, I'd say she has several lives, though she should at least be incapacitated for a few days. I'm just glad she's gone for now. It's all thanks to you, Lancelot. Thank you, Lancelot. Oh, good. I knew that, of course, but I'm glad to see you do too.
Oh. So, like, the French pronunciation is Melusine?
This is great. Now old Lord Skelly will stick around for a long time yet. Without Lord Skelly, the lake would have filled back in with regular ocean. Then the border between the surface and the spirit cavern would fall apart, and Lady Ainsel would be sad. Lord Skelly? Is that really what the Mirror Clan called Albion? Yep, it's easy to tell who you mean that way. Right? Anyway, why don't we go back? The longer you stay here, the worse you're gonna feel. I'm getting that, yeah. This poison is strong enough to affect spirit organs. I don't even want to think about the genetic effects it could have on living creatures. Besides, while I'd love to investigate Albion's corpse further, we have something else that needs doing right now. Let's go back to those ruins then. How about you, Lancelot? What are you going to do now, Lancelot? We're going back to those ruins. You need to ask. I've helped you already, so it's only right that I stick around a little longer. So you want to keep an eye on us to be sure we don't mess with Albion's bones? I guess that is a more direct way of putting it. Thanks for clearing that up. Yes, come along with me, Tamlin Lancelot. We're gonna become besties and you're gonna let me summon you. You're the one I wanted to summon the most out of the Tamlins, but you said no to me, but it's okay. We're just bonding now.
In silence, with lots of dots.
What? What is it? Stare all you want, you're not going to find a weakness. It's not that. I was just wondering what you being a living Albion means. Also, I have to say, Melusine is a lovely name.
I can't believe she just blurred that out. Even Habbycat knew better than to bring it up.
That has nothing to do with you, and it's not worth talking about. Lancelot is Albion's left claw. When the planet turned into the Sea of Nothingness, Albion, who didn't make it back to paradise, exhausted their strength and died when they fell from the sky. But even though their core, their heart, had stopped, their flesh lived on. Right before their body completely fell apart, they cut off their left claw. That left claw was Melusine before this new life. It was here in this lake for a long time, not even sure if I may have been alive, but I wasn't truly living. I was just a thing wriggling in the darkness of the bog. But then, one day...
Please, stop this, Lady Aurora. You're going to dirty yourself. Any creature living in a bog like this must be even filthier than the Moors.
Why would you say something like that? Just look at how much it's struggling to reach the light. It's okay. This lake is quite shallow. I'm sure even I can help it.
Eek! What is that thing? It looks like rotten fruit. Please, get away from it, Lady Aurora. You'll ruin your dress.
Oh my. You poor thing. You must be so cold. You're not a water fairy, are you? Hello there, darling one. Or good morning, I think. Yes, that's better. My name is Aurora. What's yours? I like how this chapter has this last one has a lot of different arts. And of course it's Aurora. Now that we're friends, could I offer you some tea? Oh, only if you like tea, of course.
That's actually a pretty cute origin story.
I met someone who had no reservations about cradling a creature like me in her arms. It was the first time I'd seen something beautiful. That was when I gained this form. I was no more than a bunch of cells, but once I saw her, I knew I wanted to be just like her. That was the first thing I ever wanted. And now, I had this body along with the name she gave me. Melusine. So you didn't have muscles or bones. Or even cilia to transport cells. You must have been something like an amoeba then. But then once you saw a model for a new way to be, you transformed into a fairy? Yes, that's right. Amazing, isn't it? It truly was a miracle. Nobody else would have thought to go into that dark, muddy bog, let alone cradle me like that. That's why my life belongs to her. My whole reason for being is making her wishes come true. But she had duties she couldn't neglect, so we couldn't be together forever. 100 years ago, the Earth, Wind, King, and Fang clans were so afraid of the calamity that they began fighting amongst themselves again. So at High Queen Morgan's suggestion, I became a Tamlin Lancelot to bring the fighting to an end. So that's why you're the only Tamlin who doesn't have her own army or domain. Tristan, Baoban Sith hates fairies. Gawain, Barghest, loves fairies, humans too. What about you, Lancelot? How do you feel about them? Did you just start caring for Percival on a whim? No, I didn't. I love Percival deeply. Love? I watched over him for 10 years, ever since he was a little boy. Every time he grew bigger or stronger, my heart felt like it would burst with joy, uncertainty, loneliness, and gratitude. I wasn't the best mentor, sister, or even friend. I've dreamed of a future where Percival could live happily, like the humans in proper human history, so many times though. But not only did he decline High Queen Morgan's invitation, he went and formed that silly Round Table army. I don't know how he turned out to be such a delinquent. I certainly didn't raise him that way.
You sure about that, Lancelot? You seem like a delinquent every now and then, just based on the stuff you say, girl. If you're really worried about Percival, you could still fight beside him. If you care about him that much, it's not too late to join the Round Table army, you know you wanna. And same, I would go to the bog too, I'd be like, yoink.
I can't do that. I have to be a Tamlin. That's why I obey High Queen Morgan. Whether the Child of Prophecy's cause is just or not doesn't matter. I made a deal with Her Majesty. I had my reasons, and I'm going to honor the deal. Alright, this should be far enough. Besides, it's time I return to Camelot. I'll see you later on the battlefield, as enemies.
You're really gonna fight Percival?
He chose his path for himself. I have to respect that. But don't tell me to talk to me. It'll only be painful for him.
Bye! Good luck in the battle at Camelot!
I like Mirror.
Can we adopt Mirror?
Welp, there she goes. She left as quickly as she came, just like the last time.
Mirror? Does that mean she... Wait, was she the one who massacred the Mirror Clan?
And Mirror, does that mean she...
It's okay, it's on the past now. I'm not upset. Everyone in the Mirror Clan can see the future. We all know when we're going to die, and it's hard to tell present from future.
Oh. They have that ability, huh?
Spoopy.
I liked hearing her origin story. It's cute how Aurora picked her up.
We feel like we're dead from the moment we're born. Mood. Such a mood.
So we have no regrets, no desire for revenge, or anything like that. Dying just hurt, that's all. I do feel bad for Ainsel, though. She was our leader, our princess, so she was always worried about the whole clan's future. She put so much pressure on herself, always worried about how to find a way for us all to survive. She put all that on herself. She kept apologizing to the whole clan right up to the moment we all died. The truth is, she's the one who was supposed to become a Night Call. But I didn't want her to keep having to apologize to us even after we all died, so I volunteered to be the messenger instead. Mirror, you made the right choice. You're the best Night Call. Messenger? So you have a message for the Child of Prophecy? Yep. There's no bill of pilgrimage in the city. Only the clan heads have those. And since Ainsel's was destroyed along with her, I'm afraid you'll have to find a replacement somewhere else. Also, this is kind of hard to say, but... Mirror, you're...
It's okay, Misaki. Let's just hear what she has to say.
The last thing Ainsel had to say was...
The Child of Prophecy will come here twice. The first time will be to live. The second time will be to die.
I see. Thank you, Mirror. I'll remember that, I promise. Take care of yourself, okay? I'm glad you turned out to be such a kind Child of Prophecy. Yeah, Mirror's the best Night Call because Pepe's not a Night Call. Pepe's a Count. Count Pepe. But now that Mirror's disappearing, if Pepe was to become a Night Call, yeah, Pepe'd be number 1. Make sure you don't hold anything back or second guess yourself. Just go out there and save Britain. Save the rest of us fairies. Goodbye, Mirror. I'll miss you. That was a fun travel companion for as long as it lasted. And now we adventure some more. Yow, ow, 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 ow. I can't believe this. How could she have crushed my heart through the 6th tail clone I sent out? Ugh, what a disaster. All the work I did to raise one of my tails, gone just like that. The plan was to send one of my 9 lost tails to each lost belt, so they could all learn and gain unique experiences. And once all 9 tails had matured, I was going to become a beast that would have easily surpassed that Marmy Fox Maiden. But now the whole thing's ruined. Oh well, guess I'll just have to give up then. Really, now that I think about it, I couldn't have actually grown all 9 tails anyway, since there are only 7 lost belts. Bow, bow. Alright, let's try to look at the bright side of this. Do I cut my losses and move on, or do I stay put? Albion's body was just a pile of bones, and since it doesn't have any fur, there's no way for me to control it. Is that the prerequisite for controlling something, if it has fur? And Lady Melusine is no longer a beast, but a fairy akin to a heroic spirit. It's too late for me to acquire her either. It'd be a pretty big loss if I put out of Britain now, but I don't see much reason to stay at this point. Well, at least I found some good reference material from the private casino resort and private primate zoo I plan to build one day. I do feel bad about leaving Lady Miriam in the lurch, but...
Leaving so soon? So you are every bit as heartless as you seem. Oberon, what you doing here?
Oh my, look what the moth dragged in. Well, if it isn't the so-called Fairy King, who asked me to wipe out Wood Rose's reinforcements without Lady Misaki finding out, in exchange for telling me where I could find Albion. Of course, you didn't say at the time that the information you were peddling was worthless. You knew Albion was no good to me when you made that deal, didn't you?
Of course I did. Why would I go out of my way to help one of Chaldea's enemies?
Thanks, Oberon. Thank you for trolling her.
Besides, I only told you where you could find Albion's grave. You getting what you want from it was never part of the deal. Now, would you cut the sickening slander before I get forcibly reacquainted with my breakfast? Oh, very well. It may have been no more than a rotted corpse, but it was still the last pure-blooded dragon. Even if I couldn't make it my kin, I was still able to extract some valuable information from its bone structure. It should at least provide a good base structure for the Grand Hamamo Shrine. The AAA, Advanced Avenging Armament, currently under construction at NFF Services Headquarters. Now then, if you'll excuse me, Prince Devious, I must be going. I do hope you enjoy playing Guide to Chaldea. True, they did say that this last book did hate him, which is funny. Then again, some of them do hate him because they're salty. Like Woodwolves don't like Barrel. He hates Barrel's guts, hehe. You're looking for a weapon that can destroy the world, right? I really didn't want to tell you this, but right now, we need all the help we can get, even from a beast. I have an idea of where you can find an even stronger product that's right up your alley. So if I were you, I wouldn't cut my losses in Britain just yet.
Oberon, are you gonna scam Queen Sky some more? If you are, I'm all for it. Ooh, Arkney. Fragment 9.
More MASH.
Go, Mash, go. I believe in you, Mash. Arkney. The end of Fey Era 400, after the fall of Londinium. Totodot, where did Ace go? She went to check on the world tree, the tree of emptiness. She said she's going to wither it until it dies. Then she'll end the Fey Era and create a new land. I see. I wish there was something I could do for her, but there isn't. It's all gone, all of it. Everything Ace. Everything we all worked for, destroyed. Just like that, for no reason at all. I guess there really isn't any way left to save Britain. It doesn't feel fair that I'm the only one who gets to survive. That I get to stay behind in the future. Mash. You've got that all wrong, Mash. You're not staying behind in the future. You're going back home to it. Remember, you never belonged in the Fair in the first place. So it's good that you're going back. Even Ace said that this would wrap everything up nice and neat. How long was Mash traveling with him for? That didn't cheer you up? Fine. If you're that worried about it, I'll make you a special promise. A promise that'll prove you coming here to this era wasn't a mistake. A special promise? That's right, I used to be a real jerk before I lost to Ace. I was violent and selfish, and everyone else in the Wing Clan hated me. But then I joined Ace and went around Britain beating up bad guys with her. It was a lot of fun and all, but it also felt kind of empty, like there was a big hole in my heart. I used to wonder what it was I really wanted to do, what I should do, and what would bring me real joy. But then you came along and filled that hole for me, Mash. Remember when you told me about Habbycat, the fairy from Scotland? I don't know which me is right, this Lost Belt me or the me from proper human history. But I don't care. The other me described sounds so happy, I decided that's who I want to be. You gave me a dream worth living for, Mash, and I don't mean the dream of becoming Habbycat from proper human history. No, my dream is to see you in a bridal gown, getting happily married. Aww, that's adorable. Now that you've given me that dream, I'm gonna hold on to it forever. I'm always gonna be grateful you came here. So you just wait right here, and don't worry about a thing. While you're sleeping, I'm gonna become a great tailor and see off at least 100 brides. That way, maybe my own wish will come true too. If I can make 100 brides happy, that'll definitely help me become a real grown-up. Right, that's right. Knowing you, Todorot, I'm sure you'll become the best seamstress in the world. Right? So there's a promise. It's okay if you forget it as long as you keep waiting here. The next time we meet, I'm gonna be able to make a wonderful dress that'll look absolutely smashing on you. Oh, it's so sweet. And so, Mash, the first Hamlin, entered her slumber. It would be wrong for a human girl named Mash to exist in the Fae era, you see. So by insisting that the figure in this coffin was actually the first Hamlin, there wouldn't be a paradox in the era of the High Queen that was to come. Great thinking, Ace. You know, Ace, I still don't get why you're helping Mash. I'm not too smart, but even I can tell you won't gain anything from it. She has a special spirit origin. Having someone like her working for me will be useful in the future. Gotcha. Well, I don't know much about that kind of stuff, so I'm not gonna ask anything more. You're about to kill the tree of emptiness, right? And a whole lot of fairies are gonna die, right? Then our journey together is over. I'm gonna go back to the south and work on my fairy training. And this time, I'll do it for me. See you later, Ace. It's been fun. I see. Goodbye, Todorot. Training for your own sake is all well and good. But don't forget what I taught you either, okay? Aw, the crew's breaking up. Ooh, lots of time is passing. Time skip. My diary, page 14,800. That's intense. It's been 400 years since that day. I'm now known far and wide as a first class seamstress. I've even seen more than 100 brides off, but my wish hasn't come true. Of course it hasn't. After all, I still haven't been able to make a dress for my first bride, the one I care about more than any other. My legs don't work so well lately. My eyesight is fading, and I can barely hold this pen. Meanwhile, Britain hasn't changed one bit. Ever since Ace quit being its savior, war between the clans has resumed, worse than ever. Now it's year 12,000, the year of the Great Calamity that occurs once every 1,000 years. Ace said that this is when Britain is supposed to come to an end. But I know that it won't. Mash told me it still exists in the future. Okay, nobody should find me in here. I sat down in the corner of a northern cave. As soon as I did, my eyes stopped working, my mouth stopped moving, and my mind started to go blank. Huh, I must have been even more tired than I thought. Let's see, 2019. Sheffield's Castle Town. I sprinkle the petrification powder Grimmer made for me on my head. I hear the world breaking apart far off in the distance. I hear the screams of fairies as they perish. It's the winter storm ringing the bell of revenge. Ask's return from Orkney, the world's end. The last war. There's no more Uther, no more Round Table, no more Ector, no more Grimmer. It's just her and the war of winter. Sorry I couldn't be out there with you, Ask, but fighting just takes too much out of me. This is the end of the Fae era, the moment that makes our entire pilgrimage meaningless. The timeless savior vanishes from history and disappears from everyone's memory. Well, that's a sad end. It started off so cute. But Todorot did love Mash. Oh, that is so bittersweet. And now, section 19, Orkney. But hey, since we're here, mash. What a thing to hear before using the petrification powder. Petrification powder, though. I'm just thinking of Dr. Stone.
About time we made it. So this is the northernmost point in Britain, huh?
If this were proper human history's Britain, we'd be right around Edinburgh, I'd say. But it looks like this is about as far north as this version of Britain goes. I'd heard it was cold here, but I still wasn't expecting it to be this cold. It never gets anywhere near this chilly in the south. Is that white stuff snow? It's not as bad as Russia, but it's still freezing. Just look at all the snow. Is that white stuff snow? Those are the tears of the Rain Clan. They're all the remains of the Rain Clan after it was wiped out in the Fey Era 4000. They're a song of grief and an admonition to the other clans, and an apology meant for the Fairy of Paradise.
Who's the Fairy of Paradise? Are you sure Mash is here in Orkney? I want to know about the Fairy of Paradise. Teach me, Habbycat.
Exactly what it sounds like. A fairy who came from paradise. Don't worry, it'll all make sense soon. An apology meant for the Fairy of Paradise. Come to think of it, why did the Rain Clan die out? Was it Moors? Northern fairies? Nope. The Wind, Earth, Fang, and Wing clans all joined forces to wipe them out in one night. An alliance between 4 clans. That would definitely be enough to wipe out a single clan.
Poor Rain Clan.
But I thought the clans all hate each other until Morgan united all of Britain. So how and why would that many disparate clans form an alliance like that? Good question. It's hard to imagine that happening unless they all hated the Rain Clan more. A strong common enemy and all that. Were the other clans just that afraid of the Rain Clan? Were they just that powerful? Not at all. The Rain Clan was a quiet, peaceful clan, just like the Mirror Clan. The whole reason they took up residence here in the north was out of a desire not to fight the clans in the south. Then why? Because they helped the Fairy of Paradise. They took pity on her when she washed up here from paradise and raised her as a princess, like she was one of their own. The other clans, well, they didn't like that at all. They were all, no, we're letting her go on her pilgrimage. All those traitors need to die for this.
Sheesh. Traitors? What do they mean by pilgrimage?
Sorry, no more chit-chat for now. We've got someone here to welcome us to Orkney.
Doggo.
Oh wow, what a beautiful wolf. And its fur looks so warm.
I miss the dog from Shinjuku. That was a cute doggo too. Yeah, there's almost something godly about it. Wait. It actually has a real divinity? But there's no gods in Britain. Does it mean there's a divine spirit somewhere nearby?
It's heading off that way. Do you think it wants us to follow it? Yep, there's a little boat up ahead I used myself a long time ago. We can take it up to Orkney. Don't worry, it's only a 30-minute ride, and once we get there, my adventure will be over.
Wee boat ride. I shall follow the good doggo. I want to pet the floof. So cute. This'll be fine. Boop.
Doggo. It looks like the White Wolf's headed toward a campfire. Yeah, there's another wolf already there, along with...
Hey, look, it's Koo. Hey, there you are, Frecky. Want some of this fish Muden caught? That's a servant, Misaki. This mean there's another proper human history servant besides Oberon here?
No, wait. I recognize that robe.
Hey, Misaki. About time you got here. I was beginning to think you'd never show up. It's Koo, my boy, Kukulin.
Caster Koo. Cool.
Oh, that is nice. You get the skill buff, huh? Oh ho ho. Whoa there. Mind not calling me that. It really drags the Spirit Origins output down. Around here, I've gone by Grimmer for a long time now. Don't forget it.
Grimmer. Come to think of it, I do remember there being an old fairy by that name in Europe, but... Wasn't that also another name for the Norse Allfather?
What? You didn't tell him about me, Habbycat? Not even after I bailed you out of Sheffield?
Yikes, there was so much happening back then that I didn't realize at the time. But you've really gotten old, Grimmer.
What are you talking about? I'm as young as I ever was. I don't know what my predecessor was like, but I'm the second generation. Sorry to disappoint.
Man, I had no idea time could be so brutal. Ace could drop dead in shock if she saw you now. What? I want to see what Grimmer they're thinking of now. You're Grimmer the Sage, Ku? How's that work? Can you tell me what the hell's going on here?
How does that work? Sure. I'll be glad to fill you in. Not like this is our first time meeting, is it? But first, I gotta see if the Child of Prophecy there is the real deal or not. Damn, this guy means business. Is it alright if we fight back, Misaki?
I think so. Just another of the endless tests of skill, I think. Got it. It seems this man's much less nice than your usual acquaintances, Misaki.
I don't know why, but something about this guy really rubs me the wrong way. Come on, let's get him!
Yeah, something about that guy, yes. He kind of reminds you like a certain Lancer, huh? And yes, the obligatory fight to see if you're worthy. What the dog will do. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Just the slightest bit risky. I'm just gonna raise her gauge too, just in case. Actually, no, it'll be fine. Yeah, there's no worry. Now that I think about it, why would I worry about this? No worry, no worry, no worry. No fear. Arjuna has that. Nobu has this. Artoria has that. I can give my boy this too, and this should be fine even if the wolves go down. Yeah, fine. Did I use a thing? Yes, I did. Just making sure.
Yep, completely fine.
Maybe they won't even get him down now I think about it. Oh well. Ah, wheels. Oh, got one of the wolves. I should have been focusing in Grimmer. Ouch. Pain and suffering. True pain and suffering. I don't appreciate that, sir. Can you just like not do that? Keep thanks. Thanks, bro. Ouch. I'ma focus on him. No fear. Nobu and Castoria are healthy at least. Sorry, my boy. Or maybe Nobu's not as healthy as I thought. How dare you taunt? That's a bad doggo. Do not taunt, doggo. Bad doggo. And the back will be fine. Actually, no, it worked out. Good job. Wait, what? What happened to you, Grimmer? Why'd your HP just go poof? Goodbye, my boy. Okay, 3 left. No fear.
I don't feel fear right now. It's fine.
Yeah, completely fine.
Yeah, that is all good. Definitely good. I feel like just raising her gauge now, because why not?
望まれることをもちろん負けないぞ。それはいつか来る兆しの星。誰に呼ばれるまでもなく、あなたは星をかざす。
Grimmer too old, his back gave out. I believe that.
ここで。
Greed. Pot of greed.
いや尽くせ木々の巨人炎の燃えろ
Ouch. Oh, she can do the thing. He has 3 dodges. It's fine.
もちろん。
Her extra attack will bonk him. Or 3 evades. Oh, his third skill now makes him die after 1 turn, but also gives him guts. Wow. 80% MP battery might be worth it. But oof. So the Child of Prophecy likes to gang up a heroic spirit she's never met before, huh? Alright, I see how it is. I have nothing to say to a kid who can't even be civil. Go on, get out of here.
But you were the one who said to bring it on. Isn't that right, Misaki? What did you miss? Bullying Koyan Chihuahua? And beautiful, beautiful Lancelot. Hell, you were the one who said we should fight him. Grimmer didn't say anything like that. I don't remember saying anything like that. Yeah, I totally did not mention fighting. Yeah, I would never. Huh? Seriously? Now you're starting to sound like Oberon. Yep, that's Grimmer alright. He might be all grown up now, but he's still mean as ever. Hurry, Grimmer, tell us what's going on here. How long have you been back in Britain? How long have you been back? That sounds like... Grimmer. This wouldn't happen to be your second time being summoned here, would it? If so, would the first time be long ago, back in the Fey era, and the second time be, well, now?
Oh ho! We've got a clever one here, Guess you'd have to be since you already saved humanity once. Anyway, I think that's enough joking for now. Now that I've crossed staves with you, I can tell for sure that you're the Child of Prophecy, the Fairy of Paradise. Allow me to introduce myself again. I'm Grimmer, the Sage. My true name is Kukulin. I'm a heroic spirit from proper human history. 6,000 years ago, I was summoned here as a divine spirit of Odin. This time around, I've been standing guard here day and night for the last year of Odin on Odin's behalf.
Nice introduction. And wow, now it's time for just talking. We're gonna talk story. A divine spirit? So then, is this one of those god beings you told me about, Misaki? But he's so affable. He's not the least bit majestic.
That's about the reaction I was going for. You're a lot more amiable than I expected. You're right. I'm not at all majestic. I might be here in Odin's proxy, but I'm still just another heroic spirit, like that old man over there. So how about you just call me Grimmer, you know? Like a friendly older brother sort. Ha! Older brother. If you're here as a divine spirit's proxy, then you're just as much of an old man on the inside than I am, as I am. No way! I'm young in mind and in body. Know why? Because I bit it before I got old.
I wonder why those two get along so poorly. I like how they're fighting over being an old man. Or not being an old man, technically. I bet a whole fate thing. Yes, a whole fate thing. I think it's Because they're actually a lot alike. Yeah, definitely. They're so alike. They're both old men. And powerful and old men, yeah. Definitely. It's a fate thing though, but nah, they're so alike.
But never mind that. I've got some explaining to do first, don't I? Unfortunately, my role here is more than a little complicated. So I think I'll start by clearing that stuff up. Listen up, Misaki. You too, child of prophecy. First up, my relation to Chaldea and the same heroic spirit you formed a contract with in Fuyuki. Yeah, I did get a reset when I went back to the Throne of Heroes. But I retained my records of you, Olga Marie, and King Arthur, who was still holding her ground here.
I see. You're talking about Singularity F, or Singularity X, as Chaldeas defined it. The one that took place in Fuyuki in 2004. I've seen the day of the incident too. And I'm pretty sure any servant that's been dismissed would never bring any records back with them.
You can thank my divine spirit for stepping in on that. Hell, in my case, you can even call it the counterforce. The god who gave me this authority explicitly said he wanted me to watch out for you guys from Chaldea. He's also the god of magecraft and wisdom, see? And apparently, he looked into the future and saw we needed to do something here before things got real bad. By here, he meant Fuyuki and Britain. And by do something, he meant... well, it seems to come down to, in a word, recovery. See, this god's had his eye on this lost belt for a hell of a long time. A multi-dimensional eye specifically. He first summoned me here 6,000 years ago to aid the Fairy of Paradise. That was the first Grimmer the Sage. He was a pseudo-servant possessing a local fairy's body.
I remember he was about 14 years old, and he had a sword instead of a staff.
Did he now? Boy, that's something. What kind of kid was he?
He was a real brat, always getting into trouble. Ace gleaned on him a lot though.
So you and I used to be battle buddies. That's good to hear.
Yep, after we parted ways with Ace, the two of us talked a lot. He made a magic powder for me and came up with a plan. Then disappeared during the Great Calamity, right?
Yup, the previous Grimmer disappeared either because Ace revoked his contract or because she killed the Tree of Emptiness. But before he disappeared, Odin left some insurance in the form of a countermeasure to be implemented if this lost belt swapped places with reality. He knew that once humanity's everybody dies ending, the incineration of humanity, had been resolved, there'd be no avoiding the bad ending, the reconstruction of humanity. All the necessary conditions were in place. So he figured that the least he could do was handle the issue here to take some of the load off of Chaldea. And I'm the pseudo-servant he chose to help resolve that.
Yeah, we talked to, or in the last fragment 9, oh Todorot and Mash. It was so cute and so sad.
In the first phase, he conferred his authority upon me, making me a caster. Then I showed up at Point X, Fuyuki, and formed a bond with Chaldea. After that, he sent me here to Britain, where humanity would be in real dire straits if someone didn't step in. Though I had no idea about Grimmer the Sage before I got here. The only thing I inherited was my duty as a divine spirit of proper human history. I didn't know the first thing about this place. I was in the same boat as Misaki in that regard. So after I was summoned here, I spent a year investigating what happened in the era of the High Queen. I learned about the calamities, the clans, Morgan, the Tamlin, the transition from the Fey era to the era of the High Queen. And once I saw that in the bell tower here, I put most of the pieces together. I knew then that my job was to wait for you guys here, to ensure that the pilgrimage succeeded, and to get the Fairy of Paradise back to paradise.
So, what does that mean exactly?
Don't overthink it. It's just like Fuyuki. From here on, I'm gonna accompany you on your journey. I'll act as one of your servants and all that. In exchange, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to fulfill Einzel's prophecy, the promise Ace couldn't keep. I guess Kidney was too soft to get the job done. But that's the job Grimmer the Sage is here to do.
New party member! Yay! It's an awfully roundabout way of summoning a servant to help, but I'm glad to have you on board, Grimmer the Sage. First off, we'd love to hear what you know about the Fae era, and the era of the High Queen, but before that...
You don't gotta tell me. You're here looking for the shield girl, right? You're more worried about your trusted partner's safety than about fixing humanity. I know it's not very sagely, but personally, I couldn't agree more with that stance. Besides, I'm sure she knows way more about the Fae era than I do. So you may as well hear from her instead.
Thanks, Ku! Are you sure about this?
Thank you, Ku! Oh ho! A grateful two-handed handshake, huh? Now that's how young people ought to be.
So you know where Mash is. Then, does it mean...
Yep, she's by the Bell of Pilgrimage. See that broken down castle over there? The bell tower's right at the top.
Oh, so much stairs! My legs hurt!
Well, that makes it simple. Come on, Misaki, let's go get her. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. We've got some real nasty things to get past between here and there. They look like the kind of ghosts you'd see wandering around in the foggy woods, but they're all way tougher than you'd think. We've still gotta get past them, of course, but don't go thinking they're weak just because they're ghosts. In fact, if things go wrong, you might find these creatures much harder to fight than any other enemy you've faced so far.
Yay! Fun! Woohoo! Oh, Ruler. No fear. I don't fear Ruler, especially since I got my beautiful Nobu. Nobu will save the day. Nobu comes in clutch. Speaking of beautiful, I can't wait for my beautiful knight inside of Star Rail. His banner comes out soon. And true, can we not just like jump up there? I wish. Oh, of course they're gonna go after the caster.
Genius!
Let's keep her safe, just in case. And might as well give her this because they're gonna help raise her gauge because they're so polite. Polite gentleman knights. That's what you do when you're a polite gentleman knight. I'll give it to Nobu. Whee!
Now do the thing!
星の灯火が消え、諸人は運命を裁かれる。マハプララよ。帰るでしょう。
That was decent damage.
我が行くは神仏主情が無人のカバル。波順返上。
Oh yeah, I'm doing pretty good for time today. I did most of my homework.
終わるがいい。
Yeah, I did most of it, which is really, really good. So I'm not super rushed tonight. I feel chill. And then tomorrow I don't have homework, but I do have a test. Yay for finals! Woohoo! I just gotta have enough brain power for that. AKA, if I'm too excited to sleep, I can just get a monster in the morning. And hope for the best, as one do. The work's gonna be busy, I already know it. There's gonna be like at least 2 meetings tomorrow, maybe 3. I don't know. But I will survive thanks to the power of energy drinks and boba, as one do. That makes sense if Barrow was lying during Olympus. Then, yeah, Barrow is a big liar anyway, so I wouldn't put it past him. This fog is nuts. Those ghosts, they were... This fog is nuts. I've never experienced fog, actual fog, only steam and clouds. Oh, that makes me happy that the chapter was rewritten to give Oberon a bigger role. Because I like the artist they chose for him. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to summon him, because the artist.
Because I like their art. That's the only reason why I watched, like, March Comes in Like a Lion or something like that. I forget the exact title. Don't be hasty. The bell tower's not going anywhere. We need to take it nice and slow through this fog if we're gonna stick together. Hey, Grimmer. We've covered enough ground by now that we ought to be at the bell tower. Hell, we just went up a big staircase a little while ago, so why are these things? What can I say? This stuff happens. Druids aren't usually the ones to commute with the dead. But what the hell? They're asking if you're qualified. Looks like they really don't want you going on ahead. What do you say, Misaki? Wanna wait here until the fog clears up?
No, I don't see that happening. No, I may not be qualified, but I'm going on ahead anyway.
You can't stop me! You heard the ladies, gents. We appreciate your warning, but you needn't have bothered. What are you guys still doing here anyway? Souls are supposed to reincarnate. Here. How about we help speed that along?
Ah, yes, I'm gonna help them reincarnate by bonking them, as one do. It'd be fine.
Yes, indeed. Super duper fine.
Alrighty. Oh, look! Knights of the Round Table. Wow. And they have buff. They buff boys. Of course they buff boys. Okay, that's a thing. I don't like decreasing defense. Please don't do that to me, boys. Yeah, I don't appreciate that. So can you just, like, not? Okay, thanks. Thanks, besties. And since they're spirits, they're not as scary, maybe? Just in case, I'll focus on him. Because he has the smallest gauge. And it gives me slight fear.
Do the thing, my boy. Good job, my boy.
No, I believe you, Nobu. Oh, that was pretty good. Next time I should be able to get rid of a sad boy. Oh, sadness. And of course, we go after Nobu because Nobu is amazing like that. Nobu, 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 Nobu. I should give Arjuna guts, you know, that'd be smart. That'd be very, very smart of me. And sometimes being smart is good. Okay, all good.
What you doing, sir?
Ouch! I did not expect that. I am so sorry, Nobu. Yeah, that's a my bad situation. Really, my bad, girl. Let's see, do I want to use that right now? It plays well. Yeah, stay healthy. Everyone stay healthy right now. And then I will save her Noble Phantasm for the next one. Woohoo! Let's see. Might as well. Actually, no, I can use it now if I really want to. Yeah, why not? I will not question myself right now. And I feel like focusing on this dude because he has another buff, and I don't like buffs when it's not my buffs. Only I can be buff. Please save me, Castoria. Help me. Okay, great job, my boy. Them buffs are worth it.
Super duper worth it. Are we almost there now? Come on, Grimmer, take me there. Okay, seems like we're almost there. Oh, is the fog dissipating? Now it's tears. The Rain Clan's tears.
We made it to the top. There's the bell tower, just like Grimmer said, and over there...
Ooh.
It's Mash. Mash! Is she... sealed in ice? Mash!
That's right. She's been in this coffin for the past 2,400 years. Since Fey Era 400. 2,400 years? Why? Your guess is as good as mine. You have to ask her about that yourself. But according to the notes, the first Grimmer left. The coffin spell should be lifted before once her master touches it. You made it. You two are finally reunited. However... it looks like there's still one last obstacle left to overcome. You won't be able to get near the coffin or the bell unless we do something about those things. Give him hell, Artoria. You're the only one who can beat him.
Are you okay with this, Habbycat? Even though they're calling your name? I'm fine, you're just hearing things. Go on, Artoria, get them. This terrace is beloved by a group of gentle, peaceful fairies, is Orkney's holiest place. The ancient area these spirits belong to is long over. It's time they left. Aw, they're calling her name. I wonder if they used to be friends.
But for the love of Mash, all for you, Mash. We believe in Mash here. Yes, indeed. These ones are slightly intimidating, and because they intimidate me, I feel like putting Merlin, because Merlin keeps me happy and healthy and safe. Yes, he does. Thank you, Merlin. For the love of Merlin. All for you, Merlin. The greatest Merlin in all the land, Merlin.
Merlin, please keep me safe. If you don't keep me safe, I'm gonna put you... I don't know. What's a good threat?
Not sure, Merlin, but Merlin.
I feel like raising some bonds in the back.
I feel no fear now that Merlin is here. Bond.
And bond. Now even more bond. Yes, bond. And bond. Wonderful bond. Bonds for days. We're all gonna be besties. Okay, this is good. No fear. Fatal battle. Knights of Londinium. Oh.
大丈夫。落ち着いて。普段通りに。
Sir, you scare me. I know you're AoE if you can do Noble Phantasm. But Charisma of Hope, I don't like that. I will get rid of all the hope.
Who needs hope?
君に全チップをかけよう。頼むぞ。
Here you go, my boy. Take all these buffs, please.
もうお前だね。
Might as well give you guts right now. And I feel like using all Arjuna, and I will not resist.
粛清。
Why would I resist?
行きましょう。
I'll focus on the savior.
星の灯火が消え、諸人は運命を裁かれる。マハープラーヤ。太陽。
No giving buffs, ma'am.
崩壊せん。狂い咲く。
Yep, no buffs.
炎の海。生
Yeah, that worked out super nice. Wow, he ignored my boy. Thank you for ignoring my boy. I don't want to use all Arjuna again, but no, I will resist. Just so I can do this. Boop.
ハッピーエンドの話をしよう。
Yeah, that's good.
しました。そこは壁もなく城もなく
Merlin, help us fill out our gauges.
魂のあり
Thank you, Merlin.
ガーデン・オブ・アバロン
Merlin, Merlin, Merlin.
あれはいつか見た終わりの星。
And thank you, Castoria.
私は星を探すのです。さあ、幕を開けて。アラウンドカリバーン。
Make me nice and healthy.
終わるがいい
Oh yeah, that worked. That broke his first bar. That's good. Final night. Of course he's gonna do that now. Good thing I am prepared. No noble fan has to do the face for me. These shadows are scary. Look at all his buffs. He is the buffest dude, and of course he's going after Merlin because Merlin. Sorry, Merlin. But this is fine, kind of, sort of.
星は縮小し
まあ、もちろん。
悪は剣によって裁かれる
He's gonna hit so
星の
hard.
灯火が消え諸人は運命を裁かれるマハープラーヤ退治しましょ
But at this point, it's fine.
え
Like, he's damaged enough.
うか
やだな。
Thank you, Castoria. Also, I love what level she is. 105 is so powerful still.
ために。
オーケーなるほど
And I can't wait to see how powerful she'll become after ringing this bell.
誰に呼ばれるまでもなく、あなたは星をかざすでしょう。アラウンドカリバーン。
切り込
I think I can probably get him
む終わ
here.
りがいい
Great job, Arjuna. You had enough buffs.
悪を裁かなければ
And
な
look
ら
how healthy she is. Wonderful job. We made it. We did the thing. Aw. Wasn't that... Where have I... wasn't that... You did good, you did good, Artoria. I think you've both come to terms with things now. Once you ring the bell, Orkney's row will be over. But first things first. Go ahead and touch the coffin, Misaki. Once you do, she'll be back to normal, lickety-split. Approach slowly. Run up to her immediately. Touch. Oh, look, she's hatching. Welcome home. Mash, it's dark here. No, I get to talk to her. Mash, are you alright? Do you need a blanket? Are you cold in there? Oh. Why? This was supposed to be the greatest day in Britain's history. Everything was supposed to change for the better. But they killed Uther. They slaughtered my entire round table. Like they were just trash. They asked the world of us. They thought the world of Uther. But now, they've poisoned him. They were too afraid to even face him. Cowards. Uther, talk to me. Uther, say something.
Please, say anything. Just open your eyes. I never let failure stop me. I've kept trying all these thousands of years. Am I doomed to failure too? Is it still not enough? Am I not enough? Can I not save Britain? Is there no Britain that can be mine? Peace, equality. I never should have tried for either. How dare they? How dare they? I will never forgive them, ever! Aw, poor Ace. I was born in this Britain over 3,000 years ago. I've defeated every calamity I've faced until today. But I was always hated afterward, never praised, never loved. Then one day, after I awoke from the latest of so many hibernations I've been forced to undergo to hide from the fairies, I finally understood. My enemy wasn't just the calamities. It was the fairies of Britain as well. They were pure and innocent in the truest sense. They enjoyed both good and evil things alike without losing either that purity or innocence. They are, at their core, no different from those loathsome humans who drove me from Britain. So I crushed every possible source of malice, vested interest, discrimination, oppression, envy, mockery, all of it. I tore up every way to prevent malice from taking root, and all with their knowledge and consent. Maybe not every fairy agreed, but by and large, they understood what I did would create a better future and supported it. But just enough malice remained. A few fairies took one look at the foundation of peace so many had worked so hard to build, and tore it apart because they didn't like it, because they could. I give up. If even all this had failed, if it's all come to nothing, then I can never believe in people's so-called goodness, nor ever understand it. Even if I did, what would be the point? Everything I did, everything I worked for, was just a waste of time. After all, the times they betrayed me, I should have known better, but I still clung foolishly to a sliver of hope. And now, because I wasted my time caring about something so utterly absurd, I failed yet again. If my intent is to keep Britain alive, if that's what I want, then I was a fool to think its savior was the way to accomplish it. Would I also forsake? I wouldn't have done this in the first place, so there's nothing to forsake. No more. I will find another way, a better way. And that's it. I won't deliver the fairies' absolution. I won't deliver salvation. Enough of this fairy of paradise, of being Avalon the Fae. I should have ruled this land from the start.
There she is! It's Ace, the agitator. Capture her alive. The clan has an order that she be made to stand trial.
Wait, stop! I'm not Ace, I'm not! But wait, who am I? Who am I? I heard a fairy screaming in the distance. She wasn't me. She was the one who sold us out to the clan heads. I used my magecraft to erase her memories and make her look like me. Once again, everyone will believe Ace the Savior is dead. This time, she won't come back. Why concern myself with the calamities? I can't be bothered to stop every little act of destruction. I have a more important task to focus on. In 400 years, before the next great calamity arrives, the Tree of Emptiness, a needle made on a foreign planet to close a seam in the universe. I already know how it works. It's beautifully designed, but that is no consequence to me. Take the rest of the universe for all I care, celestial sphere, but Britain is mine. I'm going to end this cosmic fantasy, make my own dream come true. No more of this lost about what-if absurdity. I will make my Britain real, even if I must stitch it to the fabric of this planet myself. Londinium is destroyed. The Savior has no doubt been executed in Salisbury by now. Hector has already gone his own way. It is only us heading to Orkney.
You were right all along, Mash. Our whole pilgrimage was for nothing. What? No, that's not... Please don't look so sad. I've grown used to this. Besides everything, all this, even the conversation we're having right now, is merely hypothetical the Tree of Emptiness is creating. It doesn't matter what we do. The Fey era is going to end, and the era of the High Queen will begin. Ace's failure was probably inevitable. I just couldn't handle the way things ended, that's all. Ace. Londinium is destroyed, Ace is executed, and the first Tamlin goes to Orkney along with her coffin. That's how the Savior's Tale ended in the era of the High Queen you came from. So we need to make sure that's exactly how things turn out, or there will be paradoxes when you wake up. The Fey era will last for 400 more years, then in its 12,000th year, the next great calamity will destroy everything, and the era of the High Queen will begin without the Tree of Emptiness. Once the era of the High Queen begins, you will be unable to act as Mash until after the calamity of Norwich in 2019. If you do anything at all as Mash, the world will see you as a paradox of the Fey era and erase you. I see. So the moment I was sent to the Fey era, with the water mirror, I was bound to live out the rest of my life in it. And to get back to the time I came from, I need to be inside a quantum coffin. That's right. Even though we know how ray shifting works, we can't travel through space-time without a coffin. That is probably exactly why Morgan only sends calamities back in time to the Fey era. The Fey era can tolerate a few inconsistencies. As long as the era of the High Queen remains intact, nothing else matters to her. I doubt she cares at all about the suffering the calamities she sends back to the Fey era will cause. Besides, to be perfectly honest, I knew how this was going to turn out. Even if you had never come from the future to make it clear, I've always known the Savior will fail. Huh? So, you already knew that the Fey era would end and the era of the High Queen will follow it? No, that part I did not know. But by the year you came from, AD 2019, or 14,019 years in Fey era terms, Britain would already be destroyed. That's what happened in the first spelt Britain, the real one. But I didn't like that, so I came to the Fey era from the future like you. From my perspective, this has always been the second version of this world. Though now that you're here, I suppose you could call it the third. Or maybe it's just a slightly different take on the second, since we kept the basic chain of events the same. Can I ask you something? Then does that mean your real name is... Oh good, it looks like Totoro found us a small boat. Come on, let's go, Mash. That is Galahad, the first of the Tamlin. That is your name, now that you're going into the coffin. Have you said your goodbyes to Totoro? I see. So she made a promise to you. I think I'd better explain something to you, Galahad. When the Fey era transitions into the era of the High Queen, all the information that was added in this new second version of this world will be erased. The era of the High Queen will be a continuation of the events from the original second version. The first and new second versions will never have existed. The only thing that will carry over is you, sleeping in this coffin. In 400 years, when the era of the High Queen has begun, I don't think even I will remember you. More precisely, I will become the second version of myself once again. So if a fairy were to try and bring memories from this new second version into the era of the High Queen, then the world would perceive that fairy as a foreign element, a being who was never part of the second version's Fey era. You mean, it'll be as though she never existed in this history? I'll do my best to prevent that from happening. As long as no one perceives the contradiction in history, she should still be able to exist. It's no trouble. I'm already intended to have you forget everything I'm about to tell you, for as long as you're made in Britain anyway. Ooh, there might have been 2 mashes when we first got here. Listen to me closely, Galahad. What I'm about to tell you now is for after you wake up from your slumber. Or actually, no, there was only one Mash, and then there was Galahad, Tamlin Galahad. Different beings, that means no paradoxes, yes indeed. If you and Chaldea should succeed at excising Morgan's Fairy Britain, then the battle that awaits you in the next Lost Belt will be the same as the one I face. It will be a battle to make peace with your own heart, a battle to understand life itself. As good as your reasons to fight have been, you've lacked the will to do so. You may not have been aware of it, but you've been thinking of the power to hurt others, to hurt the world, as something bad. Consequently, you've been running from it. But everyone has the ability to cause harm, and the responsibility that comes with it. It isn't that humans want to do good. They just keep choosing things that they think will give them the best possible future. And there's no right answer in those choices, no matter how many people they may end up saving. Since there are no right answers, you must decide for yourself what to protect, and what you will fight against, Galahad. You will come to know many hearts and minds, and all will be different. Some will try to understand, some will refuse to give up. Some will be accepting, some will refuse to succumb to hate. Some will try to shake hurt off, some will refuse to be corrupted or influenced. But no matter how wonderful a person they may be, they will never have a heart free of conflict. Every heart has its battles to fight. Please, try to stop running from that. Because when the hole in your heart is filled with a reason to fight that's all your own, then Galahad will once again entrust you with all of his power. No heart is free of conflict, no matter what sort of person you are. That's right, you'll probably have forgotten this by the time you wake. But when the time comes, I will make sure you remember. Though even I can't say whether you'll become someone different like I did, or if you'll remain yourself as you continue to grow. This is goodbye. Oh, one final thing. You should know that even if you should meet me after you wake up, I won't know you. I may think of the coffin I left here after you're caught up in the water mirror in Norwich. I may even realize what it all means. But I'm quite sure that the me you meet then will no longer be Ace. Thank you so much for everything, Ace. Even if you knew how things are going to turn out, I still think your journey to the name saved your justice. Well, sure. We gave it all we had, didn't we? Farewell, brave knight of the future. In light of your achievements, I'll let you in on a secret. Ace the Savior isn't my real name. My adoptive mother gave it to me after Orkney was destroyed. My true name is Morgan.
Oof. You either die as the hero or live long enough to become the villain.
I'm Avalon the Fae, the fairy of paradise who washed up here from the planet's inner sea to save Britain. I'm also King Arthur's archenemy, the witch who destroyed all of Britain in proper human history. That is the name of the Lost Belt's king who awaits you in the distant future, the one Chaldea must defeat.
Aw, and Mash became friends with her. That's adorable.
The ice. It's breaking.
Mash, come to me!
But no wonder that Ace wasn't as goofy as our girl Castoria. Aw.
Though she did say that Morgan might be able to, like, feel some of the feelings from that other time now, so...
It's like, Mash, my bestie.
Whoa. I've got you, Mash. Is this... Orkney? I think... I was just told something very important. Are you awake now? Senpai? Yeah, it's me. Welcome back, Mash. For good this time.
So we know that Totoro became Habbycat, Ace became Morgan. Now where's our a boy, the Black Knight?
Right. I'm back, Senpai. I've been on a very, very long journey. There are so many things I want to tell you. There's Sheffield, the Fey Era, and Ace the Savior, the one who sent me back here.
Sorry, Mash, we're gonna have to bonk your friend.
And so, at long last, she and Misaki are reunited.
Yay! I can't wait to see Hector. He said he was immortal after all.
Finally free from the coffin, she took her in her arms and held her tight. They embraced warmly but quietly, each treasuring the other's presence. Upon seeing this heartwarming and eye-searing sight, I found myself letting out a sigh of relief and disappointment. The maid from the world of humans, a young woman upon whom others placed a crushing burden, regardless of how she felt about it. Sure, she isn't perfect, she lied, obfuscated, and made plenty of mistakes. But it was also abundantly clear that she was doing her best to hide her dissatisfaction, no matter how much she tried to cover it up. That's why I couldn't help but come with her all this way. But now, I see that she has a true friend, one she really cares about. That's great. It makes sense, really. She would never have made it this far if she hadn't put her trust in others. Of course, I should have known that she and I were nothing alike.
Ah yes, she is Mash Senpai. Or in this case, Galahad Senpai.
That's everything I experienced here in Britain, to sum up. There have been 2 iterations of the Fey Eras. Ace the Savior has been alive for 6,000 years, and she's also actually Queen Morgan. And while Ace wasn't capable of it, as Queen Morgan, she's able to reshift things. Finally, Ace also referred to herself as the Fairy of Paradise. Does any of that help? Definitely. If nothing else, I now have a pretty good idea of how the era of the High Queen, that is, the current era of Fairy Britain, came about.
You do? I didn't get it at all. My only thought after hearing all that was, I guess Japan ain't the only island nation whose people had nothing better to do than fight each other.
I like how Gramps is like, people fight.
Believe me, that's got nothing to do with being islands. It's pretty much the same in Europe. Wherever there are territorial, religious, and or class differences, you're going to get war. That said, since an island nation obviously doesn't have to worry about invaders as much thanks to its lack of adjoining land, that warfare does inevitably end up being waged among its own people. But even so, there's something off about this Britain. Sure, it's had more than its share of problems, like the lack of land, lack of humans, and a different ethnic group taking up residence in the form of the Northern Fairies. But even so, they should have been able to put aside their differences and come together as a nation sooner. And yet, it sounds like there was no end of war, all being in the Fey era, no matter how many times the Savior smoothed things over. Do you know what the cause of that constant discord was, Misaki? The calamities? The Fairy of Paradise because everyone hated her for some reason?
That's right. The Fairy of Paradise, Avalon the Fae. In addition to the clan's turf war, their main dispute was what to do about her. Their opinions were split right down the middle. But before we get to that, I think we better clear up what exactly the Fairy of Paradise is. Isn't that right, Artoria? Go on then. It's about time you told them the duty you've known about since... No. The duty you were given when you were born.
Easy, Grimmer. You don't have to be so hard on her. ... I'll stare. You mean I didn't tell you already? That's weird. I guess it slipped my mind. Okay, I can tell you now then. It's not like it's any big secret after all. As you can probably guess from the name, the Fairy of Paradise is a fairy that was sent here from Avalon, the planet's inner sea. The duty part, though, that's a little vague. When I was born, I heard a voice telling me, venture into Britain and right its wrongs. That's it. That's all I got. I think it must have been the same for my predecessor, the Fairy of the Lake. Apparently, the Fairy of Paradise is a star seed that washed up on Earth's surface in paradise. If she's lucky enough to take root on the surface, she becomes an infant of sorts, and keeps growing like a human until she reaches her mature form. Most fairies seem to either love her or hate her for that. Morgan, must have been a star seed when she washed up in Orkney all those years ago. The Rain Clan's leader then raised her as her daughter, which ultimately led to Orkney being destroyed. In my case, I'm guessing I first washed up in the Lake District, after which the Mirror Clan leader threw me out to sea. It was probably sheer luck that the fairies of Tintago found and rescued me.
So the clan saw the Fairy of Paradise as their enemy, but why? But why?
Well, yes, but not all of them.
Do I see that as karma? Not really. She just decided to do what she wanna do. Morgan do what Morgan wanna do.
If nothing else, the head of the Rain Clan raised Morgan like she was her own daughter.
Though, that also led to the other clans putting aside their differences just to wipe them out. It's the upper class fairies with the most prominent bloodlines who most hate and fear the Fairy of Paradise. And that's because
they don't want her to form a new clan? Because she wasn't born in Britain, are they angry because she's a foreigner? That's right. The Fairy of Paradise may be a fairy, but she's not a British fairy. As far as the clans are concerned, both Morgan and Artoria are invaders from a foreign land. Well, more specifically, they see them as the Isle's rightful heirs. The Rain Clan heard the voice of Paradise and decided to follow the Fairy of Paradise. They believed Morgan was truly meant to be the Isle's king. For them, the pilgrimage was probably a ritual meant to return Britain to its rightful king. But the other clans, Wind, Earth, Fang, and Wing, refused to accept that. Instead, they all banded together to destroy the Rain Clan and their hometown of Orkney. Right, that's the fall of Orkney that took place in Fae Era 4000. But the Fairy of Paradise survived that attack and began a journey to save Britain under the name Ask. Yup, that was probably a key point. How do you mean? Let's go over the whole timeline briefly to make sure we're on the same page. I hope you don't mind, Artoria, but it'll make things easier for us if we use the BC method of counting. 12,000 BC, the British Lost Belt, a world comprised solely of fairies, comes into existence. 11,000 BC, this is probably when the first Great Calamity struck. 6,000 BC, Britain's landmass grows out as far as what we call Scotland. The southern fairies encountered the northern fairies who had been living off the woods formed on Albion's remains, and the War of Spring begins. After the war, the Rain Clan and Mirror Clan built their own kingdoms where the war was fought. 4,000 BC, the Fairy of Paradise washes up at Orkney, which is summarily destroyed by the Clan Alliance. 2000 BC, the northern fairies arrive on British soil once again from the Ireland to the west. This leads to the War of Summer, which would have wiped out the clans if Ace hadn't stepped in to broker peace. The northern fairies are then welcomed to Britain as a new clan, the King Clan. 400 BC, the War of Autumn, the Round Table, a group of humans and human sympathizers, begin an armed uprising in the name of peaceful coexistence. This leads to Uther, a human knight, being recognized by the clans as the first king of Britain. But then, in Londinium, on the day of Uther's coronation, a group of insurrectionists destroy the Round Table. Uther is poisoned, Ask is executed, and the savior is never seen in Britain again. And finally, we come to 1 BC. The year a great calamity wipes out most of the fairies in Britain and puts an end to the Fae era. That's a rough timeline of the major events of the Fae era based on all the information we have so far.
So, what's this key point you mentioned?
What else? The point where the timeline diverges into a first and second version. The first version, the original timeline. The Fairy of Paradise must have been killed in Orkney during the massacre in 4000 BC. In that timeline, Britain experienced a number of catastrophes. And in 1 BC, it ultimately became a completely dead wasteland. There may have still been a few struggling survivors, but the land would never again gain the numbers it needed to flourish as a seed. I guess that for the next 2,000 years or so, it became a vast wasteland where lower-class fairies were just barely able to eke out a subsistence-level existence, with nothing in the way of civilization.
But if the Fairy of Paradise survives the attack in 4000 BC, then we get Fairy Britain we know now, huh? Gotcha, so she really is protecting Britain, at least technically. That's right, over 90% of the fairy population was wiped out by the Great Calamity of 1 BC. That's when the depth they in Colonel Londinium finally caught up to them. It all happened on an unprecedented scale. There was the Calamity of the Beast, which devoured the fairy cities, the Calamity of the Flame, which razed everything to the ground. According to the first Grimmer's notes, those are the two calamities that ended the British Lost Belt, however.
We still don't know how she did it, but it was after that all went down that Morgan began a new era. She must have used a spell powerful enough to wither the whole damn Tree of Emptiness. That was when she stopped the British Lost Belt from ending there and revived it as Fairy Britain.
Yup, when she did. The fairies who'd nearly been driven to extinction came back as their next generation successors. And just a few months later, things are back to normal, with the clans at each other's throats again. That was when an invader appeared, one that had all the fairies quaking in their boots. She came from Orkney, Britain's long-forgotten north, and storms came with her. Once again, the fairies banded together to try and kill her, but she was far stronger than all of them combined. And so, the invader dominated all of Britain's fairies herself, and built the castle of Camelot beside the pit as a sign of her dominance. That invader was Morgan, and the war her invasion began was the War of Winter. It's the event that ushered in the first year, the Era of the High Queen, or 1 AD in proper human history.
I like how she built a castle by the pit to assert dominance.
But so what? However she might have ended up here, Morgan's still a threat to proper human history, and must be stopped. So is another Fairy of Paradise like her. You're the only one who can defeat her and return Britain to the way it should be.
Right. I guess so. Oh, what do you think, Mash? Do you want to fight Morgan? I did think of Queen Morgan as a friend. But I'm still willing to fight her. I promised Bogart, Rob, Wag, Linky, and so many others that I would save the fairies of Britain.
Rob and Wag.
I will try talking to her first, of course, but if she won't listen and fighting is her only option, then I won't hold back. I may be Aceless Savior's friend, but I'm not one of Queen Morgan's knights. Right, of course. Man, she's so responsible. Morgan is Mash's friend, not my bestie, so I'm fine fighting her. Are you done talking now? Then hurry up and ring the bell so we can get back to Britain already. I don't know about you guys, but I've had enough of this cold. Plus the others are probably worried about us. Oh right, Habbycat. That's right, Habbycat is here too, Mash. See, look, it's your bestie. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Habbycat, was it? He must be one of the fairies who's been helping Senpai on her journey here. It's a pleasure to meet you. Oh no! Thanks, but you really don't have to be so formal. I'm just kind of along for the ride.
Huh? Habitrat? What's going on? What's going on, Habitrat? What's there to say? This is how it is. I mean, when did I say she and I were friends or even acquaintances? I'm just a guy, that's all, and now that my job's done, I can go back to taking it easy. Huh? I mean, sure, you did just kind of show up out of nowhere. And even though you've been great about keeping Misaki's spirits up, we never did learn much about you. So why did you do all this, and how do you really know Grimmer? Oh, that? He and I met here a long time ago, right, Grimmer? This was all part of your plan, wasn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. I probably did plan all this. Nice job, Habitrat. Now everything's wrapped up nice and neat.
See, I might just be a weak lower class fairy, but I'm worried about Fairy Britain too. Now, go on and ring the bell, Child of Prophecy. Once you do that, you'll finally be on level ground with Morgan. Alright. I'm still not entirely sure what's going on, but I can't say no to those eyes. Song of Paradise, Voice of the Inner Sea. You who were born to be selected, to decide the fate of this land, and to see justice done. The bells of the bones of Inception shall show you the way. Forgive us these sins.
Now everyone hears the bell. She kind of remembers her time with MASH. I feel like she doesn't remember all of it, though, because she does have to write a diary. Since she did mention that she forgets things every so often, so if she doesn't read back on her entries, then she might not entirely remember MASH, but Galahad maybe. Man, going back was way easier than getting there. Nice. We made it back to the mainland before sunset. Nice.
Then I take it we're headed to Edinburgh next, like we discussed in Orkney?
Yup, we gotta talk to Knocknare like last time. She wouldn't even give us the time of day.
But now, Artoria's the leader of the Round Table Army, and she's rung 4 bells of pilgrimage. Between that and the fact that she and Knocknare are old friends, she should be more than willing to negotiate with us. Right, Artoria? Huh? Wait, are you at the Ashen Shore? Everything okay? Something on your mind? Are you okay, girl? Oh, I see. We already made it back. I guess I zoned out. So did the bell ring like it's supposed to? Am I any different now?
Don't worry. The bell rang nice and loud, and your spirit origin's definitely stronger. You might still be no match for Morgan, but no ordinary fairy stands a chance against you anymore.
Yep, Knocknare shouldn't have any issue with forming an alliance with us now. So let's march right out to Edinburgh and get this anti-Queen coalition underway. Yay! Happy group. An anti-Queen coalition, huh? True, if Knocknare was willing to join us, then we have enough of an army to give us a fighting chance. But Queen Morgan's been protecting Britain all on her own for 2,000 years, right? I honestly don't know if I can even look someone so amazing in the eye. I really hope I can do this. I believe in you, Castoria. I'm happy to have Mash back.
Oh, look at him becoming amazing from C to EX. Disengage to at the lake.
Big upgrade. Chocolate Empire, Edinburgh.
I can get through part of Section 20 today, heh!
not gonna rain, my love. I'm coming back to you. I would like some chocolate, please. I have some chocolate in the fridge, or should I be more specific, cake? I can't wait to eat that later. I hear a bell ringing. I hear bones too. The harbor shall return to the empty shore, but the calamity shall vanish into the distant sky. It's a signifier of the fairy's apology, the sound of a soul accepting its sins. The round fortress shall burn, and the bell of water shall appear. Once all them have rung, confessed sinners shall make the acquaintance of the guillotine. And as for the Fairy of Paradise, having fulfilled her role, the child of prophet she shall say farewell to her home. Yes, I offer fairies no salvation. I shall defend my land, nothing more. I will save the fairies. I will carry out the duty I've been given. With all the magical energy I've stored in this throne, I have nothing to fear from the great calamity. Furthermore, only a chosen fairy can sit on this throne. That throne is a sign that my pilgrimage is ended. It's key to keeping Britain alive. Avalon the Fae, the anchor of paradise.
You are neither like other fairies nor that foreign mage. You have been chosen. You are neither a rebel nor an invader. You are the staff of Selection's chosen wielder. You and you alone have the right to bring me to justice. Fairy sent from paradise. Even should you fill oceans with the blood you shed in battle against me, you would be innocent of sin.
I've been chosen. I'm not like the fairies of Britain, or my king of knights self from proper human history. I'm neither a rebel nor an invader. No matter how many fairies I killed because of a war I begin, I would still be free of sin.
If you wish to save Britain, you must defeat me, and claim the throne for yourself. Go then, fulfill that absurd prophecy if you can. You should know better than anyone that you have no choice.
That's right, defeating Morgan, the Fairy of Paradise who forsook her duty. That is my only choice if I'm going to save Britain. What kind of feeling do I have every time I see Artoria's Psyche? She's conflicted. She's very, very conflicted, which is understandable because I don't think she wanted to go on this journey, like necessarily. But what happens afterwards? What happens after I do something I don't want to do? Something nobody wanted me to do? I'm a Fairy of Paradise too. Is there anywhere I can call home? You can call my Chaldea home if you let me summon you, ma'am. Playing hard to get for the past, 2 years. Humph.
Hello everyone! You got back sooner than I expected.
Look who's waiting for us in the middle of the road. The way you're standing there kind of reminds me of Benkei, Redrabit. Look who's waiting for us out in the middle of the road.
Nice to see you, Redrabit.
Huh? Senpai, Da Vinci. Who is that and why does he look exactly like red hair? Oh, that's Redrabit. He's a fairy from this lost belt and one of our trusty companions. Don't worry, he won't bite. I see. Nice to meet you, Redrabit. My name's Mashkirielite. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
The pleasure's all mine, sweet lady. How deliciously polite of you.
Hang on, though. Weren't you supposed to wait for us in Edinburgh?
Yes, I was, but I'm not really one for staying put, you know. I thought I might run into you all sooner if I waited near the entrance to the Ashen Shore, so I just ran on up here. Alright then, hop into the wagon. I'll make sure your ride to the Queen City of Edinburgh is as smooth as can be. That sounds great. I was just thinking I was sick of walking everywhere. That's the biggest downside of being summoned as a caster. Your legs get tired way too damn fast. One moment, please. I don't believe we've met before. Oh, my name's Grimmer. I'm a friend of Misaki's. A friend of Misaki's? Then does it mean you're also from Propeller Humming? Ah, yes, from Propeller Humming.
Proper human history?
That's the one. Proper human history. Thank you, Mash. Any girl as thoughtful as you is especially welcome to ride on my wagon.
Mash, could you come here for a moment? Let's not indulge in too much, okay? Could I have a second, Mash? Try not to spoil Roger too much. Right. I'm still not sure what your relationship are to one another, but I'll do my best to be careful.
So if you're both Misaki's acquaintances in proper human history, Lord Muramasa, does it mean you and Lord Grimmer are two horses of a mane, so to speak?
Anu, hello?
Huh? Oh, I guess we're in the same category, technically. Why? Oh, it's nothing. My animal intuition tells me that the two of you are the best of friends. But I can't help but wonder which of you would win in a fight.
Redra, why'd you gotta bring that up? Redra's bringing up old beef.
What, you gotta ask? Me, of course! Yeah, that's ridiculous. Ask any fool, and even they can tell you Grimmer'd be the clear winner. Exactly, who gives a fig what a fool has to say? Alright, you get over here. I'll take it easy on you and only use the back of my sword. Well, I'm impressed you can tell which is which. The thing's so dull, it might as well be a club.
Strongest duo.
Alright, punk. You're going down!
Oh. I guess I'm fighting both of them. I'm gonna assert my dominance. Because I am the strongest one here, not them. As one does to assert dominance, you know? That's the way this is working. Totally,
That's how it be.
No, I shall be the one to prove that I am the strongest. It's neither of them that's the strongest. It is I, Misaki. I'll just beat him up. And I will bring Karen along to do the thing. I just have to, you know? For the funsies. Karen, help me out, please. Thank you, Karen. And when I use your noble phantasm, I hope it's going to be a super baby form, just because super baby Karen is the best Karen. And oopsies, I'm scrolling past the thing that I want to put. There it is. Oh no, wait, I forgot to put the back row. My bad. And I know, right, that the wonderful Mash. And I would just bring along Musashi because Musashi cute. Clearly I got like the best priorities. That's how angry faces usually are though, aren't they? Usually there's like some disgust or detest in the expression. Or at least that's what I think when I hear Angie. And let's see, Merlin, what do I want to give you this time? I shall give you Kaleidoscope because why not? I feel like it, and since I feel like it, I shall do it. Best priorities. And actually, yeah, you know, I'll bring along Gilgamesh too because for the funsies, right? Let's just do it. If I gotta redo this fight because I'm being evil, it's fine. Yeah, that's the way it goes. I deserve to be bonked. And just because I'm doing this now, I'm gonna bring a different craft essence. Actually, no, I'll do this one. Yes, indeed. Hehehe. Extra fun. How far are they gonna be? Let me see. No fear.
Time to bonk the old men. I'm better. Absolutely not. It's obvious I'm stronger. I love it. Joke's on you, but no. The strongest one here actually is...
Let me check this out real quick. What do you do again? Increase gauge. Yeah, this is good.
This works out perfectly. This works out nice. Super duper nice. What do you do again? Stare, stare, stare. Nope, I'm not gonna do that one because that'd be bad. I will suffer if I do that one. I don't want to suffer. Okay. And I'll just give this to him. At the end, of course.
望まれることを望まれたように
Yeah, gotta do it that way.
とっておきのラブソング
宝物庫の鍵を開けてやろう。
あれはいつ
Oh,
か終わりの
wonderful.
星どれほど遠く汚れても私は星を探すのです
Oh, that'd be funny, doing the fight with the other coups. Man, if only I had Berserker Coup for that. That would have been funny too.
あまねく光すべて主の御心のままに
Aw, no super baby Calvin. It's okay even if there's no super baby Calvin. Oh, that was nice.
さてここからだ。調子は悪くねえな。
They mad at Karen. Understandable. Oh, look, they want to fill up their gauges. I might as well let them.
お友達の関係で
Good job.
さてここからだ。
Oh, that actually kind of hurt. And I don't appreciate that. Gramps, can you like not do that? Okay, thanks.
いつもありがとうございます
Yeah, they're all safe now from Grimmer. Grimmer can't scare me. How long does your evade last? Okay, 3 left. Might as well get rid of it now.
スイキャ
喜んで
Okay, all good. The NP loss is still gonna haunt me a tiny bit, but it's okay because Karen can do a thing next. It's worth it. Ouch.
やることは変わらねえよ。
This is gonna be fine, kind of, sort of. Just in case I want them to live. Yeah, they shall live. Living is good. Good is living. Live, 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 live. Sorry, Karen.
とっておきのラブソングを
Actually, yeah, this is fine.
あまり安くはないのですが
Oh, yay, my favorite. I should have. It would have been funny if she could destroy them like that.
原子は混ざり固まり万象を
I'm glad Super Baby Cowan made her appearance here. Now that would have been the perfect way to end them. But great job!
真髄解明完成任務収束鍛造技法臨界これが俺の鈴飼い村正だ
You!
いいさしてやる調子は悪くねえな
Okay, it's all good. And oh, maybe Karen can end him if I'm lucky. If not, she's probably gonna go poof.
天使のようにいいです天使のように受け止めて
Yeah, over here, Karen just wants to accessorize you, right?
ギターフリーズめくるめく愛の嵐を
Good job, Karen. Of course he's going after Gil. That makes perfect sense, actually.
やることは変わらねえよ
Well, Gil's gonna do a thing.
くだらん
Now this is mean. This will be a mean way to end the fight. Ta-da! And they all live. Yay, that was worth it. That was totally worth it. That's a big explosion. And the winner is neither of you. The truly strong don't get into stupid brawls. Artoria's got both of you there. This kind of matchup always ends up like this. Hang on, I didn't really lose. The only reason we technically lost is because Grimmer's so-called mage-ass doesn't have a single support skill. How was I supposed to know that you're such a crap warrior that you can't even defend yourself? Besides, when it comes to guts, I've got enough for a boatload of Vikings. Both of you, shut up and get on the wagon. We need to get to Edinburgh today, damn it! I love that expression so much. Now, like, that's a fun Angie expression. They're like, fine, I guess we gotta go back after all. Wow, that works better than I thought. Anyway, assuming Grimmer's wolves are walking. The wagon only holds 6 people, and there's 7 of us now. Want me to follow along on my skates? That's okay, I'll ride on Retrobit's back. You don't mind, right, Retrobit? No, that should be fine. A little fairy like you won't affect my performance at all. But we're still quite far north. Won't you be cold riding outside? I could always run alongside the wagon instead. Don't worry, I'll be fine. I'm used to the cold up here. Alright, let's go, Misaki. I know there used to be a village in Edinburgh a long time ago, but I don't know what's become of it in the heir of the High Queen. Of course, given Knocknare's distaste for humans, I doubt it'll be more than a handful of people at a campsite. And that ain't just a jab at Musashi's a jab at me too. Like, what do you mean unnecessary brawl? I needed that. It's exercise, yes indeed. I was just stretching my limbs and I just happened to kick and punch someone. Oh, silly me and my stretches. Ooh. Attention, citizens of Edinburgh. Lady Knocknare has returned to our fair city for a temporary respite. She will be recuperating at the previous queen's grave for the next few days, after which she will once again depart for the front lines. Main street vendors may remain open for business after sundown. Do not let the city's lamplights die out. Remember, Lady Knocknare loves this nightless city with all her might. Glory to the King clan. Glory to Edinburgh, the Queen City. Woohoo! At long last, it's time for war! I can't wait. I thought this day would never come. It's been 10 years since I escaped from the south. I'm proud to call myself a member of the King clan now. I still can't believe how generous Lady Knocknare was to share her power with a good-for-nothing like me. I'd do anything to help her. I'm liquidating my whole stock. Go on, help yourselves for next to nothing.
Do you have any of the latest daily reports? May I see it? 29th military training exercise complete. The victory bell rings for the north. Even as I write these words, I cannot help but tremble with awe the sheer might of the King clan's army. Even the giant troops, whose lack of expertise we feared might hold our forces back, have become exceptional soldiers. If the way these fine warriors make quick work of large moors is any indication, Camelot's ramparts won't stand a chance. According to the first captain, Gerbe, our army could easily overthrow Camelot even if they were to march out today. Once the fighting began, it would be over in 1 to no more than 3 or 4 days at most. The last part's a little worrying, but Lady Knocknare is going to be in the front line herself, right? We can't lose then. Besides, our queen would never pick up a fight she knew she couldn't win.
Lady Knocknare can always use another pair of hands. Soldiers, medics, clerics, transport, production. We need all the help we can get. Whatever job you take, you're guaranteed for a fair wage. All we want to see from you is motivation. Also, if you know anyone afflicted with more sickness, please bring him in right away. If the disease is caught early enough, it can still be cured. I know, because I was once infected myself. Lady Nocturne doesn't discriminate between upper and lower class like Morgan. All she cares about is whether you have the will to live.
I wouldn't mind working there for the good wage and benefits.
Imagine having benefits.
That is why the leader of our very own King clan, who believes in all of our citizens equally, should be the next king of Britain.
Whoa. Wow.
Dang, I wish my mic could catch whistles more.
It's like the stereotypical evil empire come to life. The whole empire is standing Nocturne with all their might. They are standing her, like for reals. Oh gosh. But the stereotypical evil empire, not really. I don't... Like what? Fair wages and benefits? Evil! Nope, I want that. They are standing her. I can't believe it. This is a northern village? It's even more developed than Salisbury. What in the world has happened here since the beginning of the era of the High Queen?
I know how you feel. I was shocked the first time I came here too. My past self's notes said that the Northern Fairies used to be basically a small group of nomads. I guess Mab, the King clan's last queen, must have been one hell of a leader. In just a single generation, she's built a city that rivals the Edinburgh of proper human history. And a city that's home to Northern Fairies as well as the fairies who migrated here from the south to boot. I don't know where you get off looking so smug about that. You had nothing to do with your success. Still, there's no denying that this is one hell of a city. Everything from the foot traffic to the business dealings feels like the real deal.
I see there's a big cathedral here too. Yep, there's a beautiful church called St. Giles Cathedral in our world's Edinburgh too. It's probably another one of those human history convergence things. That said, the Edinburgh and proper human history and the one here are built on very different ground. Namely, this one looks like it's been built on top of a rocky mountain. And unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any Calton Hill or Arthur's Seat here either. Hey, Mash, do you know what Arthur's Seat is? I've only read about it, but yes, in proper human history, Arthur's Seat is a well-known tourist spot. It's a steep rocky mountain not too far from Edinburgh itself. According to legend, King Arthur himself once sat on it to look out over the land, thus the name. Ooh, hello? I see. There's sure a lot of legends about King Arthur, huh? Yep. He's brought up in one form or another in all the big tourist spots. Some of the other notable ones include Winchester, Glastonbury, and Tintagel in Cornwall. So, getting back to our negotiations with Nocturne, they did say she was back here now, didn't they? So, that probably means she's in the palace then, right? Shall we just barge in there now?
Yeah, okay, I guess Nocturne is technically our enemy. She's probably not exactly eager for an audience with us, but hold that thought for a minute, okay? Hey Misaki, I think Artoria's doing her headstrong thing again. Now what do we do? It's too bad Oberon's not here right now. I mean, just look at her.
A head-on clash with Nocturne, huh? Now I'll finally get to let out all those years of pent-up frustration with her. I love this. I definitely like to avoid storming the front gate. What if we asked to meet with Nocturne and said we were a group of her fans?
Great, now you're being weird too. Have you not been sleeping or something?
Could you tell, Gramps? Excuse me? I'm sorry to interrupt your discussion, but it looks like we have, company. They clearly have us surrounded now. We may have no choice but to fight. There, you see? I knew that stuff about law and order in this city was all a little bunk. Then again, attacking outsiders without even a word of warning is just the kind of thing I expect from a nation run by Nobunaga. Alright everyone, get your weapons ready. Once we break through this dragnet, we'll storm our way into the castle.
Thank you for coming, Lady Artoria. We've been waiting for you and your entourage to arrive. I'm sure you must be tired from your long journey, but please do try to compose yourself. Now if you'll kindly follow me to the cathedral. I can take you to see Lady Nobunaga right now.
What? She's like, but violence! I wanted to fight! I mean, I want to stretch my limbs after such a long ride.
Oh right, I almost forgot. I wrote a letter to make an appointment for you ahead of time. It said, Dear Nobunaga, Queen of the North, get ready to see me because I'm coming for you tomorrow. Cheers.
Right. I love your letter. 10 out of 10. Thanks.
And of course, since I wrote such a nice letter, I got a very nice reply back not long after. It said, I am prepared to welcome the child of prophecy in a manner befitting a king. Best wishes. I must say, I thought the northern fairies were all barbarians who try to solve their problems with violence. But it seems Queen Nobunaga is much more sophisticated than I realized.
Okay. If she's extended us an invitation, I guess we should take her up on it. Redra, you are the greatest. Huh? She actually accepted the invitation? She didn't try to kick the front gates? Really? Oh crap, all of you, get out of here. Take the back entrance. I want you out of this room in 2 seconds. Are you sure about this? Just a few moments ago, you were giddily talking about knocking the child of prophecy down a few pegs. And showing her that ringing 4 bells wasn't nearly enough to make her a match for you. Change of plans, okay? I mean, how would it look if I were to greet a small group of peaceful visitors with a fully armed platoon? Huh? You're still worried about your reputation? Isn't it all about the same level as an apple that missed harvest season? What's that? You're saying my rib already fell from the tree and is rolling in the mud? Is that your way of asking for 100 lashes? Okay, you heard her. Everybody out.
My apologies for keeping you waiting. The Queen will see you in the cathedral now.
So that's how it is, huh? And the mind games drag on. Hey, girl. Well, how bold of you to just waltz in here like this. Artoria, does this mean you finally scrounged up a bit of manners, guts, and confidence then? You're not fooling anyone, Nobunaga. We could hear your soldiers scrambling to get out of here. Don't be ridiculous. Those are my footsteps, no one else's. Now, I won't hear one more word about it. 1, 3, 5, 7. I'm not surprised to see Oberon's not with you. But what about that other girl? You know, the one who looked like she was in heaven with her cheeks all puffed out full of my chocolate. Gareth, right? Lady Gareth stayed in Londinium to defend it as one of my knights. There was no sense in her coming all the way out here just to see another evil empire. She's already been to Camelot. Well, that's too bad. I was planning to give her a tour of my chocolate factory. Aww. Gareth would have loved that, but can I go on the tour instead? I love chocolate. Oh well, another time perhaps. Anyway, I know how you guys went up to Orkney without my permission. You know damn well that the North Bell belongs to the King clan, and that trespassing is prohibited no matter what your reasons might be. Honestly, what are you, some bandits hiding out in the mountains? I guess you still have yet to learn your place. Would you have given us permission if we had asked? We did go through the Lake District, you know. Would you have given us permission?
Oh, hello, Misaki. I'm glad to see you're doing well.
Hey, girl.
I can only imagine how exhausted you are, having to travel with the child of prophecy who can't ever look before she leaps. Would you like me to make you an appointment in my favorite luxury spa later?
Yes, please.
Ugh, can it, Naknare? Besides, Misaki is made of sterner stuff than that.
I mean, yeah, I am.
I want that invitation. Sorry to interrupt your friendly chat, but it sounds like you already know that Orkney's bell has been rung. Good, but saves us the trouble of filling you in. Anyway, yes, Orkney's bell has been used to belong to the Rain Clan. But now that the Rain Clan is gone, the King Clan are the bell's de facto guardians, as you well know. That means to an outsider, which is to say, from Morgan's perspective, it looks like the King Clan has officially recognized the Child of Prophecy. What do you make of that?
What do I make of it? Hang on, who are you?
My name's Grimmer. Well, technically, I'm the second to bear that name, but it's neither here nor there. I've been watching over Orkney's bell on behalf of Merlinus Ambrosius.
Crap, I almost forgot. When Queen Maeve and Kulin mix.
Oh man, you're right. Grimmer, hide! Oh man, you're right.
Uh-huh. So you're Grimmer the Sage. The last queen told me you're a cold-blooded bastard, but you'd be bound to show up eventually. You once taught Ace the Savior magecraft, right? I see. If you're here, then I guess his so-called savior must be the real deal after all. Huh? Is that all you have to say, Naknare? I mean, this is Grimmer, you know. You don't feel any connection to his spirit origin?
What are you talking about?
You there, do we have a connection? Da Vinci, it's because she loves me, not Grimmer. She clearly loves me the most. She even invited me to her luxury spa because she loves me.
Nope, sure don't. You're Naknare, the proud queen of the north. You care far more about your life and destiny here than you do any silly ties from human history. Speaking personally, I for one couldn't be happier about that last part.
Is that so? I don't know what that's all about, but thanks. I'll say this for you. You do have a nice smile. Anyway, that aside, Grimmer is right. Now that Orkney's bell has been rung, I don't have a lot of options here. Just this morning, Morgan sent me a final warning. It said, kill the Child of Prophecy at the Ashen Shore when she returns from Orkney. If you fail to do so, I will consider my treaty with the previous head of the King Clan null and void. The end. A treaty with the previous head of the King Clan? What's she talking about?
None of your business. The point is, if I don't kill the Child of Prophecy, there'll be war.
Of course, I was always planning to fight Morgan at some point, so that part's fine.
The only problem is you, Artoria.
Remember what I told you before? Get an army of my own, ring at least 2 bells, and learn to carry myself in a manner befitting the Child of Prophecy, right? Well, well. If you can rattle all that off so readily, I must have really gotten to you. Now I'm glad I took the time to deal with you before. Yes, those are my conditions, and you've met them, which means you're worthy of joining forces with me. That is why you came to Edinburgh in the first place, right? An alliance between the King Clan and the Child of Prophecy, I like it. Well, that was easy. Way to go, Artaria. It's too soon to celebrate just yet, Misaki. Nocturne would never make things that easy. Just look at her. That's the face she makes right before she squeezes some poor sucker for everything they're worth. Hey, I've never made a face like that. Still, you're not wrong. My skin might smell of sweet honey and be wonderfully soft, but I myself am neither. I'm willing to form an alliance, but needless to say, I'll be the only king. If you're going to join me, you need to pledge your loyalty to me and obey my every command. Also, only fairies are welcome to join my alliance forces, so as far as the Roundtable Army's humans go, I think I'll turn them into bees and put them to work in my chocolate factory. I'm sure they'd be much happier that way, since those pathetic, useless humans would be the first to die when the fighting starts anyway. Wait, Misaki, you don't have to say anything. Naknare, the Roundtable Army is the best army in all of Britain. The day we obey you is the day apples start falling back up into their trees. If you want to command us, you'll have to pound us into submission first. So how about it, you and me, fairy to fairy? Unless, of course, you're too chicken to face me. You're on. This will be a battle to determine the next king of Britain. A fight for the throne, our pride, and beauty itself. I still love how she has a bunch of hearts around her, as one does. That can be another thumbnail. Heh. Thumbnail options. I swear in the name of the previous queen that I will face you alone on the fair ground. Fairy to fairy. The winner takes command of all our combined armed forces, and the loser has to do whatever the winner says. And as a bonus prize, the winner will also get to claim the foreign mage as her spouse. What? Sorry, Mash. I missed the last condition, but fine. Whatever you say. So how are we gonna do this? Another chess match? Heh, don't be ridiculous. This is Edinburgh, the headquarters of the entire British sweets industry. There's only one kind of battle fought for pride and beauty around here. Valentine Mab Match. An ancient traditional art of fire confectionery. Valentine Mab Match? Fire confectionery? Karen! Let me summon my Karen to help us. What? Huh? You mean you don't know about it? I see. You really are just a country bumpkin, aren't you? Knock it off with the yokel digs already. Besides, we country girls are tough cookies. Excuse me, I wasn't originally going to say anything since these negotiations are between Artoria and Naknare. But now that the stakes have become personal for Chaldea, I have to ask, what exactly does a mad match entail? Huh? The girl's got as much magical energy as a Tamlin, but she's also wearing black armor and carrying a great shield. Is she the one from Sheffield? Very well. I'll ignore your impertinence this time. The Mab Match is the last will and testament of the King clan's previous leader, Queen Mab. It's a law that says whoever makes the most delectable looking chocolate shall be queen. Pretty sweet, right? That's a fun competition. I like that. Yes! I didn't even have to summon my own Karen. Look who's here. And I, Devil Karen, the chocolate fairy, shall be the judge. But because there's Devil Karen, that means I have to just bring my regular Karen or Super Baby Cowan. What the what? Nah, this is great. I like this. I'm into this. If Karen didn't make an appearance, that would have felt wrong. Oh, chocolate soldier that she made. Oh no. No charming. I don't want to be charmed by you, ma'am. Please, no. I shall not fall for your charm, ma'am. Or maybe I will. Who knows? We shall find out. Right now. Hiya! Yummy water. I gotta be super careful though because I have a cup, and I brought my big cup, or the cup that I like. It's basically a bowl.
a bowl that I use as a cup.
But I gotta be super careful when putting it back on my
Bed frame that does not fall.
I don't want to waste my delicious water.
My hydration.
行きましょう。なるほど。了解しました。終わるがいい。
Oh, super duper good luck getting Hanya.
I want my boy, my beautiful boy. I will simp for him. I will buy some like gems for him.
了解しました。
I need Argenti. He's so beautiful.
Luckily, no, I can't even say that. No, I will say it. I might jinx myself by saying this, but I'm just glad that game, if I lose the 50-50 the first time, I'm guaranteed to get him next time.
行きましょ
And if I can't get him during this one pack I buy, I'll have to wait till the 20th, because I think that's when I get paid next. It's like the 5th and the 20th each month, something like that. But yes, I need him. I can be patient. Somewhat patient. True, I want Ruanmei. Like, Argenti and Ruanmei are my favorites inside of the simulated universe. I love their occurrences. They are love, they are life to me. It's such a tease. I just gotta resist Dr. Ratio. If he comes before?
う。なるほど。
I don't know. I'm conflicted. Super conflicted.
崩壊解放。
I need them both. And okay, yeah, he's a noble phantasm. Good.
Make my life easier, please.
星は縮小し、悪は剣によって裁かれる。
あれはいつか見た終わりの星。どれほど遠く汚れても、私は星を探すのです。
Aw man, ratio after Runway? No, that's so mean. My husbando and my wife were going back to back then. It cries.
滅亡と創生はこれ表裏一体。
I'm gonna hope they're nice to me.
ハップラーよ。
I want both of them. Including the light cones. Oh, Wallet Coon, you're gonna suffer. But I'ma believe maybe my love for them will make them love me back. Totally. That's the way it works. I think. Kind of, sort of.
Now, if they were the path to destruction, then they would clearly love me.
And I'll do one more for this. Let's get this one done. Heh. It seems these would-be contenders have what it takes to compete. As the Chocolate Fairy, I declare this mad match is now officially underway. The taste testing shall take place at high noon tomorrow. Contestants will have until then to prepare their chocolate. Both contestants must use the cooking facilities provided in this cathedral and may employ up to one fairy assistant. Any questions? None here. I can't wait to get started since I already have someone in mind to give this chocolate to. I'm gonna make the best chocolate anyone will taste all year. It'll be better than anything Gloucester has to offer. Hang on, are we really doing this? What in the world does making chocolate have to do with choosing a leader? Everything. This has been the law of the land in Edinburgh for the past 1600 years. There's no such rule. Alright, Lady Artoria. You take the Star Kitchen. Lady Knocknare, you take the Moon Kitchen. I will prepare rooms for the night for the rest of Lady Artoria's companions. I'm afraid you won't be able to talk to the chalk testants while they're in the kitchen, but you're free to talk outside the kitchens all you like, or if you like. Alright, enjoy your chocolate making, and remember, fortune smiles on those with truly strong hearts. Did I see Argenti's release trailer? No, not yet. I was lazy. I'm just like, he's beautiful enough. But if I see him more, I think the amount of simping will be too hard. But I will watch it eventually, maybe after this. Well, at least it was nice of them to reserve rooms for us, but...
But what?
Hey, Mash, once we're done talking here... Mash, I wish I could go help Artori myself, but... I wish I could help.
Oh yeah, it'd be fine to do this one. I did finish most of my homework after all.
So I'm doing pretty good on time. Basically, I just have to do one more question. I could have probably done it before the stream, but then... I wanted to just sit and sip some water. I know. You'd like me to assist Artori in her chocolate duel, right? I may be a demi-servant, but the fairies seem to treat me as one of them, so that shouldn't be a problem. That'll be great. Thanks for doing this. But before we get started, I'd like to go over everything we've learned so far, just us Chaldeans. You already told us about what happened after you were sent to the past of Norwich, of course. But I still want to hear what happened to you before then and fill you in on what's happened with us. And this should be a good place for a private chat, especially since Muramasa and Grimmer are in the other room. So that's what happened to you after we got separated. Salisbury, Gloucester, Londinium, Manchester, and the Lake District, plus everything with the Round Table Army, of course. I never would have guessed that Pepe was here too, and as a count of all things, I'm sure it fits him like a glove. Unfortunately, Pepe's not the only crypto here. We saw Barrow and Camelot too. Though it sounds like you were actually the first to run into him here. That's right, I saw him in Sheffield. That was when... He lost the Black Barrel, huh? Barrow probably took it for himself. I'm so sorry. All the time and effort you and Sion spent on it, and I just left it there. Don't worry, we can always get it back. It's okay, trump cards pop up when they need to anyway. Yeah, they'll pop up eventually. We could get a new one maybe? I don't know. Again, I'm so sorry, if only I'd... Hey, you still didn't have your memories back after the Nameless Woods ordeal, right? And there's no way you could have known. Don't worry about the Black Barrel, we can always track it down. The important thing is that you're still alive. Unfortunately, it looks like we won't even need it for this mission anyway. Really? I mean... If we don't have to use it, that's great, but... Machines don't work well here anyway, for that matter. The Child of Prophecy is no slouch herself, not to mention... Yep, we have something even better than the Black Barrel now. Anu, hi. What do you mean? Are Director Gordolph and Holmes coming to help us in the Shadow Border? No, nothing like that. I'm talking about you, Mash. The Ortonax may not be working right now, but your Spirit Orchid is putting out more power now than it ever has. It's probably the Tamlin rules at work. Bargus and the others were gifted the Round Table Knight's names. But you're gifted with the Tamlin Galahad's name on top of already borrowing its power, giving you effectively a double Galahad bonus. No wonder you're able to go toe-to-toe with Lancelot. You're basically a high servant now, a peerless warrior even among peerless warriors. You can feel that too, as your master, right, Misaki? Yup, you're super mash now. Yup, my Kohai is a sight to behold. You're super mash now. I see. Then, I'll do my very best to help.
Hey, we're gonna go look around the city. You guys wanna come?
Yes. Of course. Time for some recon, huh?
Of course! Artoria might be busy in the kitchen right now, but we've got nothing but time on our hands. So we've gotta do something to make ourselves useful. How about you, Da Vinci?
I'm gonna sit this one out. Besides, I still have to write my report.
Say, where's Mash? Isn't she with you?
She went to assist Artoria. Artoria needed Mash's amazing chocolate making skills more than we did.
Gotcha. Sounds like she's got a real shot at winning, then. If it came to it, I was thinking I'd make the chocolate myself. But maybe now I won't need to.
Oh, sending Gramps there might have been a good idea too. Gramps can cook.
Oops.
Nah, I believe in Mash.
You're way too easy on Artoria, you know that? Is that any way for one of the foreign god's disciples to conduct himself? Shut up, you blue-haired dillweed. I still owe her my life over saving me from that auction. Besides, I ought to be asking you why you're so easy on Naknare. She looked like a friend of yours or something? Actually, yes. But even though she's a spitting image of her, they're completely different people. Naknare's been living here her own life, free of influence from any human history connections. I had to go after my destiny, but she took hers by the horns and made it submit to her. I swear, I've never seen such a free-spirited woman anywhere. You can't help but smile, right?
And now we outside.
You don't say. So the last Queen Mab disappeared in the Heir of the High Queen 400, and Naknare was born 100 years ago in the Heir of the High Queen 1900. So the city went without a leader for about 1500 years, huh? That's right. I thought it was strange when I first heard about this too. But apparently the Northern Fairies continue to live by the past Queen's teachings, even after she was gone. They say she told them that a new King Clan Fairy would be born again one day, and that they were to obey Morgan until that day came.
So what happened to the Northern Fairies after Naknare was born?
They went right back to their old ways, of course. Things have been tense between them and Morgan ever since. For 100 years, Naknare has been teaching the Northern Fairies order and discipline, gradually turning them into a real army. When Ainsa predicted the Child of Prophecy, Morgan wasn't the only one who was worried. I bet Naknare went ballistic upon hearing the news, too. At least on the inside, she was probably all, "I've been working towards this for 100 years now. No way am I letting some podunk backwater fairy beat me to the punch." Ah, now I gotcha. So that's why Artoria and the Queenie hit it off so well.
Hit it off? Are you sure you don't mean bicker? Is this one of those you only hurt the ones you love things?
I mean, they both know what it's like to bear the weight of crushing responsibility. They probably never had anyone else they could curse out without it becoming a big to-do before they met each other. They might be in completely different circumstances, but they're still equals where it counts. The way I see it, things are gonna work out no matter who wins this contest, so let's just let them have their fun. All that aside, you sure know a whole lot of things, don't you, Grimmer? Anything else you know but you haven't shared, like say, why this place is called the Queen City? I don't know where the name came from, or comes from. I already told you everything I could. Huh, we're a long ways from the main road now, aren't we?
Oh hey guys, you're up for a walk too? I don't blame you, not much to do up in our hotel room after all.
We thought we would take the advantage of...
Ooh, thank you. Hi. Thank you for the raid, I hope your stream went by well.
We thought we'd take advantage of the opportunity to do some sightseeing too. Especially since we almost never come this far north.
Is this some kind of back alley? Did you guys see anything unusual? And if there's anything unusual, can I go there?
No, not really. What's with you, Redra? Not like you to be so hedgy. Well, I'm hoping this is just my imagination, but... there seem to be a lot more Wind Clan fairies here than I was expecting. Oh, are you guys new here? Welcome to the Edinburgh Development Ward. This is where all the refugees who haven't been able to share in Naknare's power live. Still, we're all treated as full citizens. We all have jobs and roofs over our heads, even if they're just tents. In the meantime, I'm sure Lady Naknare will make you guys into King Clan fairies once the war against Queen Morgan is over. So go ahead and put your tent up wherever you like. If you're lucky, you might even get a job in the medical ward. Don't worry, Moore's disease isn't nearly as bad as it's made out to be.
What can be made into King Clan fairies? What's more disease?
I want to know more about the King Clan fairies. Is that a human? What in the world were you all thinking, bringing a human to Edinburgh of all places? If Nocturne finds out about this, you'll all be... Wait, don't tell me. Are you guys also... No, we're travelers. We're just passing through. We'll be leaving tomorrow, so please, don't worry about us. I see. I guess I better get going then. Sorry for taking up your time. No way that guy actually lives around here. There's something way too shifty about him. He's probably one of Morgan's spies. Got a lot of room for rats like that in a big city like this. Or like that in a city this big.
Should we tell Nocturne about him?
Don't bother. We can't snitch on a resident on Muramasa's hunch alone. For that matter, have you noticed how all the fairies in this ward have scars on their shins? I'm guessing they're either refugees from the south, fairies who've lost their purpose, or fugitives who fled to the south. Or fugitives who have fled the south. So this town's full of criminals, huh? I guess Nocturne is either really magnanimous, or she's really big on cheap labor. Maybe it's both. Every fairy becomes land when they die, regardless of what they were like in life. So having more fairies live here means their territory will eventually expand. That must be how Edinburgh grew to its scale in the 1600 years since Queen Mab disappeared.
Then something doesn't add up. If fairies have been living up here for over 1600 years in the era of the High Queen, then why are the edges of Britain unchanged since the Fae era? And I know, right? Of course we did not notice those scars. Like what? What do you mean on their shins? I don't look at their I can't see their shins. Could the city be? I wouldn't put it past Mab to do that. Turning a desolate wasteland into a prosperous city in a single generation. Her next generation being born 100 years ago. I knew it. Now it's all making sense. No wonder Morgan's left her alone all this time. If she plays her cards wrong, Nocturne could end up becoming a calamity herself. Habbycat? No, I'm probably just overthinking it. There's no way that could actually be the case. Anyway, let's head back, Bridgebit. It's always sun up ahead, so there's nothing more to see here anyway.
I see. And I tell you you're going to ride my back again? I was the one who said it wouldn't be any trouble, but that was before I knew you were much, much heavier than you look.
That's like got substance where it counts. She's all muscle. Just you wait. Once they eventually grow up, the Habbycat's gonna have the most banging bod you've ever seen.
Aren't you the type of fairy who never gets any older?
Anyway, I wouldn't wander around here too much if I were you either, Misaki. I don't know why Nocturne let you off the hook, but if you run into any northern fairies with long memories, they won't think twice about ganging up on you.
Oh yeah. I guess you know more about that than I do, since I only have the first Grimmer's nose to go off of. Tell us something, Habbycat. The northern fairies used to be the first group of fairies who coexisted with humans, right? Like in the War of Summer and such. So why does Nocturne hate them so much now?
I was wondering about that too. Yeah. Do you know what's up with that, Habbycat? What, you mean you don't even know about that? Alright, I guess I can tell you. It all goes back to what happened about 4,000 years ago during the War of Summer in Fae Era 2000. Queen Mab invaded Britain from the Western Island and drove the other clans to the brink of extinction. Word has it that Ace then stepped in, convinced Mab to back down and reconcile with the clans, and had her and the people officially recognized as the King Clan. But that's not exactly the whole truth. For one thing, Mab would never agree to reconcile with the clans when her victory was already assured.
Yeah, good point. I always thought that story spun things a little too neatly for the other clans. Wait, don't tell me.
Yep, Mab snatched defeat from the jaws of victory right at the very end, when her human right-hand man and husband betrayed her.
Oof.
And of course, Ace wasn't about to pass up a chance like that. She backed Mab into a corner while she was already writhing in pain and gave her the thrashing of her life. Then she made her swear to join the other clans and never attack Britain again.
When it rains, it pours, huh? Now I know what kind of underhanded tactic is par for the course when it comes to war, but still. Snort! No wonder she hates humans so much. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if she wants to wipe them all out. Nah, Edinburgh never be in this grand of a city if she just wanted to wipe humans out. I think the real question that story raises is, why was she writhing in pain?
Cheese? No cheese? Well, we'll find out later. Yeah, I think leaving it at that's pretty good. I am satisfied. I got through part of section 20 tonight. I have time to finish my last question, and then I can use energy in other games. Good progress. I am satisfied. Plus, I got another comma tonight. Ho ho ho. Very, very satisfying. So thank you guys for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day and epic gacha luck. I shall do some homework. And then I will eat some chocolate cake. And yes, next time is a chocolate competition. Oh yeah. Everyone missed the comma row actually. I was doing it like during the start of the stream while it was a loading screen. And then comma came home. I'm like, oh shoot. I should have done that on stream, but oh well. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. I gotta really finish that assignment. It's just one more problem. So I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. And I'll make sure to submit it too. I must do the thing, aka actually turn my assignment in after finishing it. If not, that's embarrassing.